Very good morning, Sanbonani, Divelamba Khayat, and welcome to it. Your feel-good breakfast show, live, large and in charge after what's been an amazing weekend. It's a Monday morning, and my goodness, I can imagine right now, tensions in households all over South Africa as matrics are writing their next maths paper today. Good luck to all of you. Now, of course, our matriculants will be needing all of that extra support and advice that they can get. So to all of our matriculants and parents watching right now, don't worry, Expresso is here to help. We've got from desk workouts to meeting the human calculator and gaining all of the advice on how to process a lot of information in a very short space of time. This is going to be the show for you. For the next 3 hours, we have your entertainment lined up to get you ready for the week ahead, and we hope that you'll enjoy every single minute thereof. Let's say hello to the rest of the team. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
Look at us matching in our pink.
Bursting, I'm popping this morning.
When
you said that households were going to be split, I thought you were talking about the football, but lest we forget, there's actually matric final exams happening right now. We feel, man, we feel what you are going through right now. Some of us did really well. I'm not pointing at myself. Some of us were really studious. Some of us managed to pull off minor miracles during that time, and hopefully we'll give you the tips. The most important thing, though, stay calm right now. Don't think too far ahead. We are here to support you. How did
Exams were good, but I think it helped that the household was also supporting me. So, you know, having a younger sister, it was, you know, she was told, listen, you can't watch the TV too loud, Zoe needs to study, there's going to be some quiet time in the house. So it really was prepared so that I could go to an exam with a full being ahead of me. He was very supportive, so it just helps when the family gets involved and supports the matriculant or anyone writing exams in the house.
Because it's one of the most stressful things ever that you can go through. I ended up studying my sister's notes in my finals, okay? So bless her, she was at a different school and 4 years ahead of me. That tells you how little notes I took. But there is a wisdom here, because we have all gone through this. People have been through this before you, so please, we want to share this wisdom with you. So please let us know, what is your favorite school subject? So your favorite moment from high school in terms of the subjects, and what lessons do you still use from what you learned at school today? We'd love to hear from you. In fact, keep the advice flowing throughout the morning. 0634088863. It's all about our matriculants today. We are here to empower you this morning. But let's empower the rest of the nation, get through some of those talking points. And yes, I'll have to get into the sports. Sorry.
Well, certainly looking forward to that, Mr. Richards. The time just 3 minutes past 6 o'clock. Let's take a look at the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, the World Bank has approved a loan to South Africa of some 9 billion rand for a project to decommission and repurpose the Komati coal-fired power plant in Mpumalanga using renewables and batteries. The funding is aimed at supporting the government's efforts to transition to the country toward a low-carbon development path. Now, in a statement, the World Bank said the project would create opportunities for affected workers and communities. The Komati project aims to help mitigate climate change, enhance energy security, and support economic opportunities for some 15,000 people in the Komati area. Meanwhile, Eskom has announced that Phase 2 load shedding will come into effect again today and will apply from 4 in the afternoon to 5 in the morning until further notice. Now, this follows after the power supplier announced yesterday morning that it was suspending load shedding. Eskom says it's engaged in maintenance work for the distribution of some 5,000 megawatts of power, and more than 14,000 megawatts are not available due to problems with generating units. Its generating capacity is approximately 44,000 megawatts. On the international news front, a Tanzanian passenger plane has crashed into Lake Victoria as it attempted to land in the lakeside town of Bukoba, killing at least 19 people. Now, 26 of the 43 people on board the Precision Air flight were rescued and taken to hospital. One end of the runway at Bukoba Airport lies right next to the shore of Lake Victoria, Africa's largest lake. Now, the 2 pilots survived the crash and managed to speak to local officials from the cockpit. Precision Air is Tanzania's largest private airline and is partly owned by Kenya Airways. In other news, an agreement to discuss compensating poor nations for mounting damage linked to global warming was the first topic of discussion when the delegates from some 200 countries kicked off the UN climate summit known as COP27 yesterday. The controversial topic was on the agenda for the first time since climate talks began decades ago. The agreement set a constructive tone for the summit in the seaside resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. Now, there's more on COP27 in our weather news. And of course, lastly, summer has arrived in all its glory. And if you remember the great Nat King Cole's hit song, those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, well, yes, it is that time of the year, just a few weeks before Christmas and the holidays. And in many cases, yes, it's beach time as well. And there's tremendous news in that 57 blue flags will be flown for the next 12 months at 51 beaches, 4 marinas and 2 tourism boats across South Africa, 33 in the Western Cape, 9 in the Eastern Cape, and 9 in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, they were recognized for their excellence in safety, amenities, cleanliness, and environmental standards during a ceremony at Plettenberg Bay on the Garden Route. The iconic blue flag is the world's most recognized voluntary eco-label awarded to beaches, marinas, and tourism operators. SA is one of 48 countries implementing this internationally recognized status. So big congratulations, and I guess that bodes very well for all holiday goers very soon. Well, that's it for the news right now at 6 o'clock right now. Man, a very heartbroken Graham Richards bringing you the sports headlines.
Thank you so much, Kat. I was going to try and soften the blow with some good news first, but there isn't any. So let's start with rugby. Emiliano Boffelli scored 25 points as Argentina earned a historic victory at Twickenham, beating England 30-29 over the weekend. The winger was outstanding from the kicking tee and added a second-half try for Las Pumas to record only their second ever win over England at Twickenham. Then elsewhere, Aaron Smith grabbed 2 of New Zealand's 8 tries as the All Blacks pulled away from a very stubborn Wales team for a 55-23 domination in Cardiff. Then South Africa and Australia couldn't keep the winning run going for the Southern Hemisphere teams, losing 30-29 to France and 19-16 to the world #1 Ireland, respectively. Then on to cricket. Doesn't get much better. South Africa have crashed out of the T20 World Cup after the Netherlands produced a shock result to beat the Proteas by 13 runs. It must be said, playing out of their skins in the process. So the Proteas stumbled to 145 for 8 in pursuit of the Netherlands 158 for 4, with the Dutch holding their nerve at the death to close out the contest. Medium pacer Brandon Glover took 3 for just 9, while South Africa's top scorer was Riley Rousseau with just 25, and he looked so good and set. Well, the semi-finals will now take place Wednesday and Thursday, with New Zealand facing Pakistan and England up against India. Then we move on to football because we have to. So Arsenal and Man City both claiming impressive wins to pull further clear of the pack at the top of the Premier League table. 10 Man City, they saw off Fulham 2-1 on Saturday, thanks to, of course, Erling Haaland's 95th minute penalty. Then Arsenal responded with a 1-0 win away to Chelsea to regain top spot by 2 points on Sunday. A real trial by fire there. Then the race for the top 4 remains wide open, with 8 points now separating an informed Newcastle. That's in 3rd from Crystal Palace, now in 10th. Crazy. Then Liverpool got themselves back in the race. In fact, look back to their best as they look for that Champions League place with a 2-1 win at Tottenham Hotspur. And then Man United, their unbeaten run came to a crashing end, I think, as one of the only 2 teams beaten by Aston Villa this season. 3-1 win there for Aston Villa, and that's Emery's debut in charge as well, so a great start for him. Then a great finish for Francesco Bagnaia in MotoGP. He claimed the MotoGP crown in the season-ending Valencia Grand Prix. The Ducati rider, who trailed outgoing champion Fabio Quartararo by 91 points mid-season, completed his astonishing comeback with a 9th place behind race winner Alex Rins. So Bagnaia, he reeled in the Frenchman with the help of 4 consecutive wins to take a 23-point lead going into the season finale in Spain. That left the French rider needing to win, and Bagnaia finish out of the top 14 to retain his crown, a mission that was to prove impossible. Well, and of course, if you're a Pirates fan as well, we've got to give you some kudos there. There are some positive edges, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get into our weather report at the start of a brand new week.
Thank you, Graham. And let's start off with some news. The Education Department briefed the media in Pretoria yesterday on the progress of the National Senior Certificate exams and referred to the adverse weather conditions in many parts of the country which have contributed to challenges facing candidates. Now, the department's Dr. Rufus Polia said parents, communities and all schools were expected to make alternative arrangements for learners to stay close to schools where they're sitting for exams so that they're not prevented from writing due to overnight rain or flooding. Learners and their parents are urged to take note of today's weather forecast. The SA Weather Service has issued an orange level 6 warning for disruptive rainfall over the Northwest and Free State provinces, a yellow level 4 warning for disruptive rainfall in place for Gauteng, Northwest and the northern parts of the Eastern Cape, the western parts of Mpumalanga, as well as the southwestern parts of Limpopo. Good luck to all the matriculants writing exams today. And from your weather news, we now take a look at those sunrise views. Sandy from Randfontein is kicking us off this Monday morning with this blazing sun peeking through the clouds. Annaline from Hillview captured this photo from the front garden as she starts her rise and glow up this morning. And then Owen in Lakeside snapped this view from his balcony, showing off the big and bold sun, bringing orange hues to the sky. Ibrahim Hendricks in Mossel Bay woke up to this magnificent view of the sun peeking up and reflecting over the ocean this beautiful Monday morning. And last up, we have Tracy, who's enjoying a well-deserved holiday at Sun City and taking early morning walks on the golf course and remembering to share those beautiful views with us. If you would love to do that too, our number is 063 408 8863. Well, let's get into those temperatures for today. Starting off with Polokwane. Your low is 17, your high 26 with some rain. Cloudy conditions in Mbombela, 18-27. Rainy in Pretoria, 15 with a high of 25. Johannesburg, 14-23. Mahikeng, 17, reaching a high of 22. Rainy conditions in Klerksdorp, 17-23. Kimberley, 16 with a high of 24. If you're in Bloemfontein, rain with a low of 15 and a high of 24 for today. Richards Bay, 21, reaching a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg, 18-28. Durban, 21 with a high of 26. If you're in Mthatha, a low of 18 and a high of 28 can be expected. East London, 19, 26, rainy conditions in Craddock, 15's your low, 28 your high. Gqeberha, your low is 17, your high 25. If you're in George, 13 with a high of 22. Cape Town, 13, reaching a high of 21. Worcester, 9, 29. Sutherland, 7, 24. And if you're in Uppington, 18's your low and 27 degrees Celsius, that's your high for today. Well, that's where I leave your weather. We'll have another update shortly after 7.
Thank you so much, Zojo. Got to ask, because I have a feeling you did quite well at school. What was your favorite subject?
The language subjects, so Afrikaans and English.
And it stands to reason, because you use that now.
Those were my favorites. Yeah, they allowed me to revel in my creative senses all day. You know, like reading Sonnet 16 and all kinds of stories and comprehension.
The Bard, the great Bard, I absolutely loved Shakespeare. It's crazy. If you knew back then that this was actually training for you for life, you would probably concentrate a lot more. Well, I'd love to hear from you right now. What life lessons have you learned from your favorite subject at school? 06340888863. It's all about the matrics today.
And on top of that, I would have enjoyed it so much more and relaxed myself into it so much more. And to that effect, we'll actually speak about some of the things that you can do to help guide you through this very stressful examination period. We've got a beautiful panel joining us for that discussion right after the break.
Defeat your mucus monster. Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show on this Monday morning. Thank you so much for choosing to start the day and the week off with us. Now, our focus is firmly on our matriculants. Of course, grade 12 is a challenging and demanding period for learners all across the country. It's that final year of being in the school system with an open door to endless possibilities awaiting you on the other side. But to get there, one must tackle the final test, the dreaded matric examinations. Now, this is the time, of course, to buckle down and commit to a diligent study routine, good sleep, and time management routines as well. And you'll need all of the extra support and advice that you can get. And so to all of our matriculants and parents watching, Expresso is here to help. Meet our friendly panel engaging in this discussion, and it consists of mathematics teacher Jerry Langenhoven, student coach Sarah Bloch. We've also got Samantha Boating, registered counsellor at the Hope House, and also Kazimla Jagalashe, a matriculant from Bloberg International School. A very good morning to all of you. Great to have you.
Good morning.
How are the nerves this morning, hey?
They're there,
Mostly for you, right, Kazim? I was actually wondering to myself, aren't you writing today?
No, not.
Okay, so thank goodness. All right, so not too much pressure there. But let me start off with you, because you're the person who's pretty much at the coalface of what we're talking about. Matric exams, it's been a long time coming, all 12 years of your schooling career, and it's all unfolding right now. What is the feeling right now? What are your emotions?
I don't know. It's a multitude of emotions. It's kind of like a chaotic time because it's pretty bittersweet because you're saying goodbye to like a bunch of people that you've known for 12 years,
yes.
And you know, it's high school sort of a safety net. You know what to expect, and I feel like all matric students, whether you come from any different school, can relate because you're trying to do your best in the exam room while still taking care of yourself and dealing with all the emotions and pressure challenges. So, yeah, it's been chaotic.
Very true. And Samantha, as a youth counsellor, and what are some of the issues that you find facing matriculants during this particular time of year?
You know, it's no secret that exams are hallmarked by stress. And a little bit of stress can be a really good thing. It can help with your performance and keep you going. But what we're seeing in the centre currently is just extreme levels of stress and burnout. And this is seen in low concentration, poor moods, just absolute fatigue. So to combat this, we're just providing them with a safe space where they can voice these concerns and receive the support that they need to get through this tough time.
Yeah, because it almost, if I remember back to my matric exams, there was no space or time to say, hey, I'm struggling right now. Can somebody help me? Do you have a study tip? Do you have a routine that I could follow? Because everyone was just, you know, pressure on 100%. And all because of you, Jerry, with your... But I mean, you teach mathematics at school, probably one of the toughest, or would you say one of the tougher subjects?
One of the more challenging ones.
Yeah. What do you think it is about mathematics in particular that kind of stops learners from really reaching their full potential? There's a bit of a psychological element to it.
For sure. It's just as you're saying, this is quite a loaded question, but I think learners have this perception already before they even encounter maths at this level that it is very difficult, sometimes too difficult, they feel. And some learners would even venture as far as to say that they feel it's impossible to achieve, you know, good results in mathematics. And this belief actually prohibits them from doing as well as they potentially could. You know, even when they're sitting and preparing for a maths exam, for instance, this nagging, you know, notion at the back of their head that tells them it's unlikely that you'll actually do really well, even despite this work that you're putting in really stops them from actually committing fully to what they're doing. So I think that plays a big role, and maths is a challenging subject, and that's okay. But being good at maths is just like learning any other skill. Whether you learn a musical instrument or a sport, it takes dedication and practice, and that's all it takes, and consistency. And just like that, you know, some people might pick up a musical instrument more easily than others.
This is true.
And it's just the same as maths as well. Some people will learn it faster, and that's okay, it's normal. We're all different.
That's true.
So you just got to chart your own course to success, really.
And I think maybe the first step towards that lesser stressed environment is in not... I think we put this massive label, matric exams, bum, bum, bum. It comes with that, and that plays on your mind quite a lot as well. Sarah, maybe you could provide us with some tips and some guidelines as to what kind of routines matriculants could follow at this time to ease that pressure and to realize that, listen, you've spent 12 years practicing everything to this point. You are prepared. Believe in yourself. Do this in order to help you overcome that mental struggle.
So I think the thing of having a routine in and of itself does that, right? Because when you don't know what you're doing when, you expend so much mental energy and time on kind of stressing about how you're going to fit things together, whether or not you're going to get it done. So once you've created that structure, so sat down and said, this is what I'm doing on this day, at this time, you can then relax into it and allow your routine to hold and support you and know, like, you've got this.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, that is the biggest thing. And I agree that everyone is different, and I'm generally pretty tentative about prescribing one thing to everyone.
Right.
But routine is one of those where I'm like,
Yeah.
just do it.
Okay. So we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how possibly to set up a routine. You know, you look at your timetable perhaps in the weeks ahead, what exams are on what dates, at what times, and then maybe looking at how much time you have in between each day for each subject, and then deciding how you're going to break that down. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know, what were some of your favorite subjects in school, and what did you enjoy most about them? Did you find, or do you find that you're using some of that information right now in real life situations? Give us a voice note on 063 408 8863. And good luck to everyone writing today.
Oh, good luck to you writing indeed. And with the matric exams in full swing, it can be a bit difficult to fit in your usual long workout into your already packed schedule. And if you are struggling to find time to stay active, you may want to try doing shorter workouts throughout the day instead. Now, even spending just 5 to 10 minutes exercising at your study desk can also stimulate some midday blood flow and help you push through your studies. And here to take us through some of these exercises is personal trainer Robin Lee Erasmus. She's brought along a little trampoline as well as a resistance band. Robin Lee, it's great to have you here.
It's good to be back.
Oh,
so good to be back.
I think you are absolutely fabulous, and now we're about to incorporate a trampoline into a bit of a workout.
Yes, we are. So we're going to do a bit of cardio today. So cardio you want to do for just between 20 to 30 minutes. You don't do too much of the cardio, and like you said, for them to fit it into their schedule. So we're going to do just a quick cardio. So on the trampoline, we're going to have a variation between the two. So if you don't have a trampoline, these exercises are perfect to do with a resistance band that I have over here. So I'm just going to show the exercises over here. So the first one, you're going to hop on, bend down into a squat, and you're just going to open and close. Keep it nice and simple. And you want to be here for about 30 seconds. So that will be the first one. 30 seconds, take 10 seconds off in between your exercises for rest. So into a squat, and we just open, close. There we go. And then we're going to use the arms as well.
Yes.
Get the arms moving.
There we go.
Here we go. And with the band,
you can do the same jumping squat
there we go.
with the resistance band. Oh, fantastic. Okay,
then
definitely gets the heart rate up.
Yes, it does. And then the next one, you want to get your one foot on, drive up the other leg. So you can do it as a step, but if you've got all the energy, you
Go for it. A little bit of a jump step.
A little bit of a jump. You can do it over there.
Okay, so we're going to do it like this.
There we go. And you really want to get that drive. And the variation for that would just be a lunge and...
Ah, there we go. With that resistance band.
Yes. And sugar. Okay. So
There
we
we
got
go.
another one. Next one, we're going to incorporate the core in our next exercise. So you want to step up and really crunch that core. Step back down, crunch, bring it in. There we go. And you want to get that heart rate pumping if it's not already.
And you're alternating
So
legs, which is great.
A nice speed. All yours.
All mine. Okay, now I need to think coordination.
There we go.
There we go.
Change.
These are great and not too complicated exercises, but they are fun, and you are getting the heart rate up, getting them calories in, or at least burning the calories.
Okay, we're gonna do one last one. It's a lunge, so you're gonna go lunge down, bring it over, and step. Bring it over and down.
Okay, Robin Lee makes this look super easy.
And and this also works on your balance because of the resistance of the trampoline.
So first the lunge.
There we go. Take it
And
over
then-
and change opposite. And again,
Let's
you
actually
can
go into a
the
lunge
band as
position.
well.
There we go. Oh, fun,
I'm out of breath already.
different, and something to do for you, especially if you are busy studying. Robin Lee Erasmus, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And for you at home, if you are busy studying, all the best, and remember to get that exercises in. Getting the blood flowing, it really will do you good, especially to help with your concentration and energy levels.
The number of times you're going to hit snooze. How many excuses you're going to make. And the amount of obstacles that are going to stand in your way.
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink. With zero compromise on taste and performance. Step up your game with new Energade Zero. It's what you put in. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3 on this Monday morning. Now, matric examinations are in full swing, and Expresso is here to help the seniors ace this particular stressful time of your life. So if you haven't already, grab a notepad and a pen, because our panel standing by to share their secrets for success is here. And of course, our friendly panel consists of mathematics teacher Jerry Langenhoven, student coach Sarah Block, Samantha Bottings, registered counselor at Hope House, and Kazimla Jagalashe, a matriculant at the Bloberg International School. We've also asked you for some voice notes, and you very kindly sent us some. We've got one from, I think it's Dashmala. Let's have a listen. Okay, we're having a bit of trouble getting that voice note through. We'll make sure that technicalities are sorted out very soon. Let's jump right back into our conversation regarding this time of the year. And Kazimla, you've done extraordinarily well. So you're involved in a whole host of things in your schooling career, the under-19 netball team. You also played in Macbeth in the school production. And you also, you hold an 80% average? That's just next level, okay? Please tell us how you're able to cope with all of these things.
You know, I think I'm still figuring it out. I kind of figured it out along the way because it's definitely difficult to maintain a balance, a healthy one, between academia, sports, and extracurriculars. But I think the most important thing for me was that I wanted to make sure that school wasn't all about academics.
Right.
And that I also fed and cultivated my passions and participated in school activities that, you know, gave me a break from academics. But I'd say the biggest thing that I learned is asking for help is probably one of the bravest and best things you can do for yourself.
Wow.
It's not a bad thing to make mistakes. It's actually a good thing to make mistakes and lean on people to help you and support you because there are people around you who do care about you. And to make sure that throughout high school it's very stressful, but you need to make sure to take care of yourself, your mental health. And I think that's the thing that made me do well, is that I put my mental health at the forefront of everything. Because if you're not okay up here, there's no way you're going to be able to achieve all the things you want to achieve. So
that's absolutely brilliant. I love that. Jerry, for you, in your life as well, I mean, you did particularly well at school, but you also were facing quite a big challenge in terms of your family at that time as well. There was loss in the family. How were you able to make it through that challenge and still rise above?
Yeah, it was quite challenging at the time. So in my matric year, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, unfortunately. And actually within my final exam window, my final exam period, my mom passed away. So I think it was a Monday night and I had to write maths the next week or something. So as you can imagine, it was extremely heartbreaking and just so challenging. So I definitely took a couple of days to just cry and lay about. But yeah, then I started getting back into it, and I really just think I had a little bit of emotional resilience at that point from things that I'd gone through before, challenges that I had already overcome that helped me in that. And my academics was important to me, doing well, so I guess I was just able to make that sacrifice. And just like Kazimla said, it's not the case for everyone, you know. Your mental health and emotional well-being is so important as well. I had the capacity to do that at the time. But not everyone will, not everyone should, you know. But yeah, I just gave it my best, and I think the routine I had going really, really helped me. Absolutely. I just got back into that swing of practicing for my exams, even though I was dealing with this as well.
That's incredible. And so, Sarah, to that point then, how do we develop that capacity to deal with the challenges that reside outside of the school grounds, yet while the pressure maintains over there, how do we develop that capacity?
So again, I think it comes back to practice and developing a toolbox.
Okay.
So I like to think of it as always wanting to bring yourself back to center and balance yourself out. So there are times when we feel low energy and then you want to draw on tools that kind of bring you up. And there are times where we're a little bit stressed and fizzy and then you want to have tools that bring you back down to that center. So there are pillars of well-being that are going to apply to everyone. And I mean, Kazimla just did my job there. And yeah, you want to be making sure that you're not focusing exclusively on school and putting those blinkers on. You need to remind yourself there's a whole beautiful world out there, life out there. And matric is obviously super important, but the most important thing is you as a human being.
Absolutely.
And remembering your humanness and that's what is valuable. So movement is going to be really important. Again, if you're feeling a bit stressed, then doing something like yoga, that's going to slow you down. Going for a walk, getting outside is also important.
Yes.
If you're feeling a bit low, you can pump out a HIIT workout from YouTube or something.
There we go.
So much free stuff online, it's amazing. Grounding, so if you are in a position where you can get your bare feet on the ground, that's huge as well.
Okay.
Little guided meditations, body scans that are just going to get you, because you want to be moving from your head back into your body.
Okay.
Because studying is very cerebral. So that's going to be very balancing as well. Healthy food.
Yes.
Not too much sugary stuff. Maybe at the end of the day, but you don't want to be spiking your blood sugar.
Very true.
Out.
Very
so
true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a way that guardians can support their...
And getting a decent amount of sleep as well. We're going to pick up our next segment with you, Samantha. There's lots that I want to ask you, but of course, let us know about some of your favorite subjects from your matric year, and are you still using that information in everyday life today? Send us those voice notes on 063-408-8863. We'll be back with our panel shortly.
Ah, thank you, Kat and panel. We can't wait to delve back into that one, but after all that concentration, that focus, you guys deserve a little study break.
I'd love another one, please, Mommy, with macho and lots of jam.
Another sandwich.
Clover Batro. Spread the dairy goodness. Made with love by Clover.
Well, here on your feel-good breakfast show, we think calzones are seriously underrated and overlooked by the grand pizza brothers. But today, calzones are having a comeback thanks to the Clover Batro. This is going to be amazing, and it's a dish worth sharing. In fact, you can make as many as you want.
You can make big ones, you can make small ones.
Exactly. You can dip them into things. I absolutely love this. It's comfort food. It's great value because there's a lot going on here. There's some good nutritional value as well, and it tastes like pizza. Come on, who doesn't want that?
Oh, and we love that. So I'm going to start off with our filling. We're making some mince, and I'm going to use our batro to kick it off. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons, and as you can see, it spreads so easily.
Yeah, no, it's the best spreader, beyond a shadow of a doubt. In fact, it's made with the goodness of dairy, so you know you're getting the quality. Clover Batro, it's tasty, it's smooth, and yes, it is the easiest to spread. And spreading the Batro onto the dough gives the calzone a delectably buttery flavor that melts in your mouth when you take a gigantic hump. We call it a hump in my household. So smooth, even when making a sandwich. It won't break your bread, and these things matter when sandwiches are so important in your life. Okay,
Yes.
we have rinsed the mince.
We have not rinsed the mince, but we are now going to add the mince to our onions. And
You still eat it if it has not been rinsed.
I would. I don't know. It's just how my mom taught me, and I just assumed that's how you have to
It's
do
just how
it.
you must do it. No, it's a judgment-free zone. So obviously you want the mince not to be overcooked, but you want those flavors to really be there. I love this kind of flavor profile, and I like the fact that we're adding a little bit of iron, and obviously the baby spinach is super, super healthy in that sense. So it does have some kind of nutritional value.
You do.
So as
And
you-
seasoning's important. So we're going to add some mixed herbs as well as a bit of salt.
And I would go with like an oregano or something that adds to that pizza flavor. Okay, so
Even
while
a
you finish the
basil
mince,
would
we
be
do have
great.
some finished product here. So I'm going to start with our dough. We've also got a massive kind of dough ball here. We're not going to use everything for our one calzone, so I'm going to try and take a bit of a lump off here.
Oh, so you're getting your hands sticky.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to. I'm going to spread a bit of this around.
I prefer a smaller calzone.
Yeah.
You're going to eat it like a pie.
Exactly.
The big
it
ones
must
are
be
great,
manageable. It must
but
be
you're going to need a
manageable.
knife and fork
Or
for
you
that.
or you can do like a massive one and share it if it's just the two of you. I get that, but you must get flour everywhere. That's the key thing. Maybe a bit more of that, and then you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees. There we go. And that's, I mean, it's our take on the flavor profile. I think this just is a perfect combination. If you want to do something slightly differently, it is up to you.
Oh.
So I could have used a slightly bigger piece of dough.
And of
But
course, the
we can make them as
calzone's
well, so-
also all about the fillings.
Okay, so you've got your circle shape, and now you get the vibe. Okay, so we're going to do on one half of it our pizza sauce. Looks amazing.
I mean, pizza sauce is something you can easily buy ready-made, or you can simply just make it. I sometimes just use a bit of tomato sauce as my pizza sauce,
Yeah.
pizza base sauce.
I think as long as it's got that balance of acidity and sweet, you are winning at life. And then a little bit of cheese, and then you simply
Close it up.
fold it over. Get inside, my friend, and you want to make sure, because there's going to be kind of steam rising, so you want to make sure that it's nicely sealed. Just fold it over like that, and then you pop it into the oven, 180 degrees. It'll probably be about 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, it doesn't look absolutely beautiful, but that's actually funky little.
That's the beautiful thing
calzone.
about
I think
a
that's actually
calzone.
the perfect size for it.
Shouldn't be perfect.
Yeah, and it can be rustic. It's an expression of love. And then we just finally finish it off, of course. And this is an absolute must, because you want that dough to turn out perfectly
golden
crusty
brown.
and golden brown. So a little bit of butter goes a long way, and because it's so easily spreadable.
Look at that.
Perfect. And then that pops into the oven, 180 degrees, as I said, for about 20 to 30 minutes. Just wait and watch until it's golden brown. And then look at the oozage. When you cut it open, the cheese must melt. Right, pretty simple ingredients that pack a punch. If you missed any of the steps, take a look at this. Yay.
Made with love by Clover. This Tuesday evening at 7 on Color Your Plate with Coup, the top 5 contestants face their biggest challenge yet, creating a Sunday feast.
I'll definitely see you in the final.
And with elimination on the cards, they'll have to pull out all the stops to impress the judging panel, including this week's guest, one of Durban's top chefs and TV presenters.
Well, I see what you did there. I like that.
That's Color Your Plate with Coup, Tuesday evenings at 7, only on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning and we're wrapping up our all-important discussion on matric exam preparation with our friendly panel, consisting of mathematics teacher Jerry Langehoeven, student coach Sarah Block and Samantha Boating, registered counsellor at Hope House, and Kazimla Jagalashe, a matric learner from Bloberg International School. We also have loved receiving your voice notes. I think we have one from Charmaine.
Good morning, all matric students. I pray and ask God for your strength and calmness. Enjoy your day today.
Well, thank you very much for that. Just wishing all of the matriculants well with the day and saying God bless you, good luck. Let's hear another one. This is from Charlene.
Hello, I would say to study hard and always concentrate, to know what's going on.
Fantastic, thank you very much. And then Sipo also sent us one.
Hi guys, I am Sipo Miela, all the way from Ekabeja in Port Elizabeth. My favorite subject has to be life sciences and geography. Thank you.
Life sciences and geography. Yeah, those were interesting. I left those in grade 10, I think. But Samantha, let me start off with you first, picking up from our previous conversation about what support structures schools can implement to ensure that their learners are, as supported as possible during this time.
I think the most important kind of support that schools can give is by understanding and creating awareness of the pressures and anxiety that matrics are currently facing. I think it's very important for schools to create a safe space where matrics can easily voice all of their concerns and they can be dealt with. Furthermore, I think that there should be open communication between matrics and their teachers so that if they have any questions or concerns, they can be easily voiced.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I think schools should just ultimately say that they are there for them no matter what. They're not alone in the stress.
Yeah. And I think fortunately with teachers like Jerry, you certainly are sorted out in that department. But all too often, that support that one needs from home isn't always there. So in that case, I guess that's where Hope House and the counselling services that you provide there come into effect. Tell me a bit more about that.
Exactly. So we provide individual, group and family counselling. It's all anonymous and they can come in, see a counsellor for a donation fee of 100 Rand. We've got 4 different sites. There's one in Kells River, Khayelitsha, Tableview and in Takai. So all they need to do is call and we'll give them a counsellor to help them with lessening their stress, giving them coping skills and just ultimately holding a safe space where they can say anything that is bothering them.
Yeah. Now, Sarah, so much of what we're talking about in terms of stress levels and anxiety levels is under our control. I mean, if you think about our breathing techniques, which you are very much expert at as a meditation and yoga instructor. So perhaps could you share some breathing techniques that learners could use out there in order to calm themselves in moments of high anxiety and stress?
Absolutely. So I think a really great one that they can actually use while they're writing as well is called box breath.
Box breath.
Yeah, and I say that because it's really easy to remember. So in those moments where you're spinning a bit, and you can visualize the little box. So,
so you think about a box.
Think about a box. Feel your feet on the ground first.
No, I'm trying right now. Not that I'm feeling anxious at all, but a box right in front of me.
Getting your spine nice and straight, and just feel the chair supporting you. That's generally quite sort of nourishing in the moment. And then you're going to inhale for 4 counts. Hold that in. Are we right? We're counting you guys in. Hold for 4. And then exhale for 4 counts. And when you reach the bottom, hold with the air out for 4. Okay, so you're making a nice box with your breathing, and you do that 4 times. So it's just a whole lot of 4s.
There we go.
A whole lot of 4s. And then another one is equal breathing. So that is, you want to make your breath length comfortable amount, so 3 to 5 counts generally. And you just make your inhale and exhale of equal length and try to draw the breath deep into your belly because that activates the part of your nervous system that calms you down.
I love how this all draws inspiration from mathematics. I was already thinking square root of 16 is 4s. Oh, geometry, it's there. Kazimla, any last words of advice to your peers?
I would just say, remember that as much as matric is important, you are more important and you are enough. Your dedication to your studies are enough because they're enough for you, and that's what matters. So as long as you reach your personal goals and you do your best, you've already succeeded. It's not the be-all, end-all, so try to not place, it's easier said than done, but try to not place too much pressure on yourself. So yeah, you've done this much, you should be proud of how far you've come, and that should be enough for you.
You are like the head girl of the country right now. I love that. I love that. And then lastly, Jerry, you are the maths teacher. Maths paper 2. Your last words right now.
Sure, yeah. So there are fantastic resources online. YouTube is a really, really great platform because, of course, watching videos, you getting, your visual and your audio, stimulated as well, and you get opportunities to practice those. So whenever you're revising, trying to build up that fundamental understanding that you might lack in a particular topic, YouTube videos are great. There's a particular channel called Kevin Math Science. That is a brilliant channel. Also a website called CASME. It's the Center for the Advancement of Science and Mathematics Education. It's completely free. There are some great resources on there as well. And the last one I would say is Maths at Sharp. Also free worksheets that you can use to practice. Just practice, practice.
Well done. Yeah, I've loved having this conversation with you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And good luck to everyone out there writing their matric examinations.
Yeah, I actually feel a lot better, a lot calmer. I could feel my post-traumatic stress coming back after my own exam experience, but I loved that. Thank you so much to our amazing panel. Kat, great job there. I think everyone's feeling a little bit stressed at the moment, so let's push back now. And I think as the nerves start to rise, sometimes all you need is just a little mantra, a little bit of motivation to keep pushing on. So we've got an inspiring quote by Jackson Brown Jr., who was the author of a great little book called Life's Little Instruction Book. Let's hear what he had to say.
Well, Jackson Jr. said the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. There we go, Jackson Brown Jr.
Yeah, I love that, man. You can't control what happens tomorrow. All you can control is what you are doing today. So enter into the moment, calm yourself down, and work as hard as you can right now. Stop thinking about tomorrow. And, of course, practice, practice, practice. So we are right now sending you strength. We are trying to give ourselves strength so that we can send you additional strength and courage. Just go and do your best. Well, that's good. Let underprivileged children unwrap a smile this festive season. Safripol has again partnered with the amazing Angel Network and Toy Kingdom to collect your pre-loved toys to be re-gifted this festive season to those who need it the most.
You can donate your pre-loved toys at any participating mall or Toy Kingdom, or visit safripol.com for more information. Donate from now until 30 November and again from the 26th of December to the 15th of January 2023.
Come join us in helping them unwrap a smile.
Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Wanna play?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back once again. It's a Monday morning. We're live, large and in charge on your feel-good breakfast show Expresso on S3. Now, Just Judah is our special guest this bright and early morning. She's been performing since the age of 16 and has built an incredible repertoire in an array of genres from pop to soul, jazz, and now she is, of course, staking her claim in the house music genre. Take a quick listen to this. Monday morning right now. Stay the Night with Just Judah on vocals over there. And you saw that iconic Soul Candy branding over there. We'll talk about that very shortly. But firstly, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
While you were sound checking there, all of us were sitting here with our panel discussion. Everyone was like, is that what she sounds like live? Is that for real? You sound absolutely incredible, and
Thank
so
you.
too in Stay the Night. So congratulations on that collaboration. How did the song come about?
I met Naidu, who I did the song with about 2 years ago, and he's been working on this track for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And Soul Candy sort of approached him, and he was like, do you want to sort of hop onto this with me? And I mean, one thing led to another, and now I can proudly say that I've, have a track with this Soul Candy brand. So
yeah, which is pretty huge when you think about their contribution to the house music genre. And like I said, it's iconic. When you see that SC, you immediately know what it's all about, right? The recording process, what was that like? I'm always interested in finding out when you step into that environment and you got the headphones on, in front of the mic, clearing the vocals. You ready for the take? Okay, here we go. Yeah?
It's fun, it's new. You sort of don't know what to expect because you have to do takes all the time, make sure that it's, it fits perfectly. But I think we got it on point.
Yeah,
I'm quite
definitely.
impressed with it, yeah.
And so you should be. For those that don't know you as an artist, take us a little bit back to when you started and what fueled your passion and your desire to be an artist.
So, my mom will be so proud of me for mentioning her.
Yes, go mom, go mom, go mom.
So she was a vocalist back in the day, and she always sort of nurtured the fact that I wanted to sing. I mean, I think I have pictures of me standing with my eyes closed, singing when I was about 4 years old.
Yeah?
So she always sort of pushed me and said, do it, do it, do it. And then professionally, I started singing at church. When you're at church and then there's an aunt or an uncle and they say, oh, come and sing for my son's wedding.
Okay,
or,
yes,
it sort of started that way. And then one thing led to another, and I started doing quite a bit in the industry, performing at, doing lots of residencies and hotels and a lot.
Yeah. And then since then, you've had some great highlights as well. You've shared the stage with Jimmy Nevis, with Craig Lucas.
That's right.
What have been some of your personal biggest highlights, if you would mention a few?
For me, the consistency. I've been able to a lot of peers in the industry, a lot of my peers were not as fortunate, I think, to be able to have the consistent work.
Yeah.
So I'm just so blessed in that kind of way where I've always been busy, I've been doing quite a bit, very low-key, but being busy is one of a musician's, biggest things.
Keeping the kettle always boiling, always boiling.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully today will represent one of those highlights in your career for you. We look forward to hearing you perform live
Thank you.
on our Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
I encourage you to stay tuned for that, even if you're going to be late for like work by 5 minutes, that you don't miss out on hearing Just Judah live here.
Thank you, Kat. Let's start off with your national headlines. 4 planes have been donated to the Kruger National Park to help battle crime. Mining giant Anglo-American Platinum has donated 4 Bat-Hawk aircrafts worth more than 3.8 million rand for nature conservation and the fight against rhino poachers. The wildlife park has of late been plagued by criminals who set traps and poison wildlife. A pilot ranger at the Malelane camp, Albert Smith, says the plane will improve the park's patrol system and will also be used to monitor the movement of rhinos. And staying with our local news, the World Bank has approved a loan to South Africa of some 9 billion rand for a project to decommission and repurpose the Komati coal-fired power plant in Mpumalanga using renewables and batteries. The funding is aimed at supporting the government's efforts to transition the country towards a low-carbon development path. In a statement, the World Bank said the project would create opportunities for affected workers and communities. The Komati project aims to help mitigate climate change, enhance energy security, and support economic opportunities for some 15,000 people in the Komati area. Moving to news abroad, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg in Istanbul during the weekend, discussing issues including finalizing Finland and Sweden's NATO membership. Following the meeting, Stoltenberg praised Turkey's role in the resumption of the Black Sea grain deal and said the meeting would make our alliance stronger. NATO Secretary General has been on a 3-day visit to Turkey. Discussions focused mainly on the extension of the Istanbul grain deal and the NATO membership bids of Sweden and Finland. And a Tanzanian passenger plane has crashed into Lake Victoria as it attempted to land in the lakeside town of Bukoba, killing at least 19 people. 26 of the 43 people on board of the Precision Air flight were rescued and taken to hospital. One end of the runway at Bukoba Airport lies right next to shore of Lake Victoria, Africa's largest lake. The 2 pilots survived the crash and managed to speak to local officials from the cockpit. Precision Air is Tanzania's largest private airline and is partly owned by Kenyan Airways. And the irony of it all. Last week, reporter Nicholas Krum, who works for a TV station in Santiago, Chile, was out doing a story when a curious bird stole an earpiece from his ear while he was live on reporting on television. In a video that has since gone viral, a parrot can be seen landing on Krum's shoulder and starts to curiously inspect him. With astonishing agility, the bird suddenly moves 2 steps to its right and removes the earpiece. Krum then tries to grab it back, but is unsuccessful. He motioned to his cameraman for help, but that also didn't seem to work. It may have been one of the oddest things to ever occur live on TV, but what made it so ironic was that Krum was out doing a story about crime in the area when the thieving parrot struck. I mean, what are the odds? Absolutely incredible. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take another look at your traffic and weather.
Thank you so much. So I'll avoid any tasteless jokes as you move out into the traffic. Okay, it gets real out there, I know. So let's start in Brooklyn, in Pretoria, where there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound. That's after Linwood Road. The left lane currently closed there, so you can expect delays. Then moving to Bellville, down in Cape Town, there's congestion on the R300 northbound at the N1 inbound ramp. You can expect delays there as well. And staying in the mother city on the N2, there's been an accident on the N2 inbound just after Borchard's Quarry. You can expect heavy delays all the way up until Khayelitsha, so please use an alternative route this morning. And then, of course, make sure you give way to emergency vehicles when needed. That's a wrap of your traffic. Let's get into the weather. Let's start with a global perspective and quite a watershed moment. The UN's annual climate change summit opened yesterday at the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh, with hosts Egypt billing it as the world's watershed moment, in fact, on climate action. So more than 120 world leaders and some 30,000 people will attend the two-week summit known as COP27, which begins in earnest today with the World Leaders Summit, when heads of state and government leaders will deliver 5-minute addresses outlining what they wish from this meeting. And South Africa's delegation will be led by President Cyril Ramaphosa, who has scolded industrialized countries for not fulfilling the promises made at the climate summit in Paris in France back in 2015. Now, Ramaphosa earlier said that South Africa needs 1.5 thousand billion over the next 5 years, and after that even more for the transition from coal to green energy. Now, let's flip the script and take a look at how beautiful your skies look above your house. Let's start with Marianne from Aberdeen in the Eastern Cape, showcasing this subtle sunrise from her home before heading out to work. Beautiful. Then Azalea out in Pearly Beach captured the stunning view of the beach, showing off a beautiful reflection over the ocean. And Selvin Pillay on form this morning sent this gracious shot of the sun sneaking through the gap in the rocks whilst on holiday in Ograbis National Park, beautiful part of the world. And last up, we've got our regular Nancy Governor. Morning, Nancy, snapping this perfect shot from luscious green grass to bold pink hues before stepping onto the soft sand to take her regular morning stroll. If you see her, please give her a big hug from her Expresso family. Well, it is a brand new day, so let's see what the temperatures and the weather have in store for you. Let's start in Polokwane, where you've got a 61% chance of rain, 17 your low, going up to a high of 26. On Mpombela, 18 your low, going up to 27 degrees. Pretoria, expect the rain, 87% chance there, 15 your low, going up to 25 degrees. Johannesburg, rain is coming, your low 14, going up to 23 degrees. Mahikeng, 84% chance of rain as well, 17 and 22 your range. Klerksdorp, you start on 17 degrees, going up to 23, 98% chance of rain. In Kimberley, thunder showers expected, 88% chance of the rain there, at 16 your low, going up to 24 degrees. Blooming, clement weather heading your way as well, 15 your low, going up to 24 degrees. Richards Bay, more moderate, 21 your low, going up to 28 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, ranging between 18 and 28 degrees. Durbs, your low, 21, going up to 26 degrees. And Mthatha, expect thunder showers or 47% chance of rain there, 18 your low, going up to 28 degrees. East London, 19 and 26 degrees your range for the day. Craddock, you can expect some rain, 15 your low, going up to a high of 28. Gqeberha, your low is 17, going up to 25 degrees. George, 13 and 22 degrees, your range. Cape Town, 13 is where you kickstart the day, going up to 21 degrees. Worcester, ranging between 9 and 29 degrees. Sutherland, 7 and 24. Uppington, by your normal standards, a moderate day with a slight chance of rain. 18 your low, going up to a high of 27 degrees. As we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
Oh, thanks, G-Man. Well, listen, if we are the pinkies, we are missing the brain, which means we're going to meet the human calculator.
Oh,
how incredible, bringing the brains to the pinky. The pinky and the brain.
I was going to jump up and ask you what's the square root of 64, but now like completely out of the way. And then we'll also be helping you with some study tips if you are feeling stressed, how to process a lot of information in a short space of time. To all our matriculants out there, we understand you're going through a stressful time, but we've got you. We're here to support you as an Expresso family. So stay tuned for that and more right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand with Play.coza when you watch Tropica Island of Treasure. Simply SMS PLAY to 41191 or scan this QR code and follow the steps to enter. You could be winning your own treasure of 10,000 Rand. T's and C's apply and can be found on Play.coza. Let's play with Play.coza.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, I'm not just speaking to those out there who are about to, of course, write their maths finals today, but I think a lot of kids fear maths. But numbers are child's play for one particular young man, Stian Skeepers, who is no ordinary 13-year-old. We've met him before on this show. He's a student of the South African A+ Students Education franchise. So to fill you in, A+ Students is a Japanese method of education that teaches children as young as 2 years old to solve some pretty complex arithmetic problems by playing with educational toys. Now, Stian recently went on to bag this year's bronze medal at the 2022 Junior Mental Calculation World Championships in Germany, where he was understandably dubbed one of the best human calculators in the world, and not for the first time. So we are so proud to welcome back and give a feel-good welcome to Stian Skeepers. Stian, a very good morning. How are you, buddy?
Hi, I am just very glad to be able to be on the show. It's always, for me, so fun to be able to share my experience.
It is so cool to connect with you. It's such an exciting time for you. You talk about experience. These calculating abilities that you've honed, they have booked you some pretty cool tickets to some amazing places. I would imagine you've met so many people from different cultures now. What has this experience been like for you?
It's been a great learning experience for me to be able to experience what life is like and what people's beliefs are outside of South Africa. And I've made many friends along the way from countries such as Serbia, Lebanon, Malaysia, even Russia.
I love it. You're part of a global community now. I love that. But you're also representing a different community in terms of your education, being a part of the South African A+ students for a long time now. How much do you think this program has helped you to reach the levels that you have? How much has having that background helped you achieve what you have?
A+ Students was my foundation, and I do not think I would be able to achieve what I've achieved without them. A+ Students has definitely taught me a lot, and without the foundation of maths that they taught me when I was so young, I would not be able to do such large and complicated Soroban and mental math questions.
And of course, you got put to the test in front of the entire world, recently flying to Germany for this year's 2022 Junior Mental Calculation World Championships, where incredibly you placed third. So well done. What was that like?
And this year's Junior Mental Calculation World Championship was, for me, the best one so far, as it was the first time I was confident that I could win. And although I did not get that first place that I had dreamt of, if you look at the point difference, I was very close. And I think next year's that I'm definitely going to be able to achieve first place.
I love it. After everything you've achieved, you've still got even more goals that you've set for yourself, which is beautiful. I don't think you can fully appreciate what seeing you do these things means to the rest of us. Never mind to those that are studying maths right now and need that inspiration. So I'm going to ask you if you could share just one mathematics hack or one tip that's really helped you for our matrics who are writing their finals right now. What would that tip be?
The thing in mathematics that has helped me the most is definitely the memory and consistency. And although they are both very important, they both serve a specific purpose. As without memory, you cannot do large equations or even just normal mathematics questions. But without consistency, you cannot improve in mathematics. For me, I can have a strong first mark when I first write a paper. But consistency usually pushes me over the top, and I do think between those two, consistency is the most important, and to practice every day.
Yep, you train your mind, you train your body. That's what you've got to do. Buddy, I've got to ask you, because I think the world literally is your oyster right now. What do you want to be when you grow up? How are you going to direct this mind?
For me, I do not really know what my career is going to be yet, but I have been looking at a few things. And although I'm so good at mathematics, I surprisingly do not want to become a mathematician or anything in mathematics. I am more interested in physics and looking at nuclear or medical physics.
Which you will need a little bit of maths for. Don't worry, that brain will still be put to good use. My friend, I have a feeling you're going to make your mark on the universe, never mind just our planet. But if you go and win the World Championships next year, that'll be fine as well. Stian, thank you so much for joining us, and well done, my friend. We are so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, hopefully Stian's achievements have inspired you guys out there. If you'd like any more information about this amazing educational franchise, make sure that you visit aplusstudents.co.za and start your little ones on that same path. Then finally, I've got to add, good luck to all of the matriculants out there writing your final mathematics paper today. May the odds be forever in your favor.
Fantastic stuff. Feeling inspired.
Definitely, definitely.
All right, listen, we are celebrating the Tropica Island of Treasure All-Star season by getting you involved in some tricky but very entertaining home challenges where you can then stand a chance to win some smooth prizes.
And those competing on the show, they stand a chance to win a shared 1 million rand and 250,000 rands worth of Suzuki products. Now, to top it off, play.co.za will be rewarding the runners-up with a mega prize of an additional 25,000 rand.
So much to play for, eh?
Definitely.
Yeah. But of course, for you at home, if you enter the weekly at-home Tropica challenges, you then can stand a chance to win a cash prize of 1,000 rand. It can't be any smoother than that.
That's right. And this week's challenge is the hashtag Tropica Pyramid Balance Challenge. Now get some Tropica bottles, a spoon, and a timer.
Can you see it, Zoe? The absolute jubilation when you get it right at the end. Are you ready to take on this challenge?
I'm ready to take on this challenge.
So basic rules, you need to have a 3-tier pyramid.
3-tier pyramid.
And top it off with a spoon.
Okay.
And I think you have like 30 seconds to do that.
Okay. I'm ready. So you're going to pass me the Tropicas and I'll build it here.
Okay, do you want one at a time, two at a time?
You can give me the two at a time.
3, 2, 1, here we go.
Okay, we've got a timer going.
Yeah, okay. Now you've got all of them? Okay, cool.
Okay, so they need to be close together.
Let's see if...
How much time do I have left? You can pass me the spoon.
A spoon, I'll give you this one. This looks flat enough. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, 3, 2. That's amazing. That is class. That is absolute class. I didn't think that you were going to do it.
Did you?
Yeah, I had my doubts. Because you're so calm through it.
I'm competitive.
This is also very true. All right, well, try the spoon. Can you do it with the spoon?
Are there different spoons? Okay, let's see.
I should have given you that one. No matter what spoon, Zoe's like the oracle. There is no spoon.
Should I try balance 2 spoons?
Oh, no way. No, go. Please try it. Please try it.
What are you going to give me if I do it?
Double the money. Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Double the money.
Oh, no. All right, so with our newest challenge, you stand the chance of becoming 1,000 Rand richer with this week's cash prize of 1,000 Rand up for grabs.
Now, all you have to do to enter is recreate this week's Tropica pyramid balance like I just did on the Tropica social pages. Show off your mouth gripping skills and share your video on social media by tagging @MyTropica and including that hashtag hashtag Tropica. Unfortunately, I can't post this to social media because that would be considered cheating, but you can. And the entries will close at midnight on the 12th of November, so you've got some time to enter. There are T's and C's that apply, and the winner will be selected and contacted via Tropica's social media.
And of course, don't forget to catch the repeat of Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars, episode 8, tonight on S3 at 9 p.m. Oh, you know what I think we should have done with you, right?
What should we have?
You should have spun around 10 times before starting, because you're extra competitive.
I think
do you think you'll be able to do it then?
Industry. I mean, what requires balance?
Oh, you're the smack talk. The smack talk is a lot.
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Be more plus with BioPlus.
Okay. Just stay calm. You've got this. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, guys. We are focusing our attention on our matric students writing their finals at the moment. We feel you. With exam season in full swing now, students need all the help that they can get to aim for their very best results. And here to give us some tips and tricks on how to process a lot of information is educational psychologist and good friend of ours on the show, Sharon Aitken. Doc, welcome back.
Thank you.
So good to have you here. This is an unbelievably stressful time. I think all of us carry a bit of that with us for the rest of our lives because it's this gateway that you've got to get through, and there is so much pressure. Self-imposed, societal, school, friends, peer, it's all there. How do we approach this? What is the best way to start preparing for our exam season? I know maybe a little bit too late, but if we can spread that vibe, those good vibes right now, let's try and do that. So where do we start?
You're not going to like this. To be honest, when you want to start learning for exams, it's actually the very first day back at school at the beginning of the year. So you actually want to...
We're talking to next year's matriculants
yeah,
right now. For this first part, we're talking to next year.
Don't do it again.
Yeah.
Don't cram learning games. So start at the beginning of the year and just consistently learn your vocab and anything that needs to be in your long-term memory all the way through the year. And for subjects like maths, accountancy, and physics, you want to actually be practicing them as well. Because it's like learning to drive a car.
It's neural pathways that have to be worked and over and over and over.
You don't want to go for your driver's license without having practiced.
Yeah,
so maths, science, Afrikaans, those subjects you need to be practicing all the way.
Great. So we needed a car crash analogy now for our exams. Thanks so much for that one. Now, I get that. You want to be comfortable with the terminology. I know with things like biology, for instance, like if you spell something wrong, you lose the point. So don't lose out on technicalities.
Exactly.
Get the basics down.
Yeah.
This requires a huge amount of mental energy. And the crazy thing is, we found out when you enter into these kind of, I'll use that term, these gateways, these stressful things, the amount of mental energy you use, for instance, doing live TV, 3 times what a normal person uses. I would imagine in an exam situation, 10 times what you would use on a daily basis. So how do you manage your physical self and your well-being during this process?
You know, the problem with the learning, leaving your learning until the end of the year is that you're actually burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah,
so
for
you've
sure.
got to try not to do that. So they want to eat healthily as much as possible. In fact, try not to change your diet at all. Just stick to the foods that you would normally eat. Get enough sleep. I know they're going to be studying until 2 o'clock in the morning, but you can't write an exam if you haven't had 8 hours of sleep. So
Honestly,
they really need to plan around that. Some good sleep. And if you're used to exercising, don't stop exercising. Try fit that into your study timetable. Make sure you're getting the exercise that you need.
And it doesn't have to be a lot.
No.
15, 20 minutes can just reframe things.
Exactly. And then it'll reduce the levels of anxiety as well. And that's
Because you
really
get the dopamine or whatever those chemicals that get released into the brain.
Exactly.
That's great. Supplements do play a vital role in these particular moments in our lives because you are pushing yourself above and beyond. How should we approach supplementation when we're in the front line?
Well, you want to boost your immune system, or at least keep that stable. So a good supplement like multivitamins, minerals, those kinds of things. Try and I don't want to say the word experiment, but don't start using something during the exam time when you haven't tried before, because otherwise it's going to have, you know, it might have bad side effects and things. So, yeah, it's just eat healthy, sleep, exercise.
Yeah, and you've got the support when you need it. If there could be one piece of advice, maybe in the form of a mantra, something that you could say to yourself, because I think we cling to these things. What do you say to yourself when the chips are down? What's that piece of advice that's really worked for you, do you think?
Breathe.
Breathe.
Just breathe. You've got this. One step at a time and breathe.
And as much as it feels like, yes, the most important day of your life, it is very important because it's important to you, to no one else. Don't match yourself against some other standard. It's all about you getting out what you've put in, and you want to do yourself proud in this moment, but it's not going to define the rest of your life. And know that there are people in your corner, and BioPlus is there to boost your mental vitality and your physical energy if you need it. And one lucky viewer stands the chance of winning a study hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand from BioPlus. I like the sound of that. To enter, simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso social pages and tell us what are your best study tips or tricks to cram in all that material in a short space of time. Remember to include hashtag BioPlusExam, and that competition closes Tuesday, 8th of November at noon, so get on it. But you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Sharon, thank you so much. On behalf of all the students you've helped, thank you so much, and good luck, guys.
Be more plus with BioPlus.
Oh, well, listen, Judah is about to take her seat as we are about to get your performance underway here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. She's about to perform her very first song, and this is, of course, Knowles Barkley's version of Crazy. Judah, the floor is yours.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Just knew too much. didn't know enough. Ooh, I just knew too much. Oh. And when you were out there without care, yeah, it was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Oh, does that make me crazy?
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning and we are so delighted to have you in our company at the start of a brand new day and a brand new week as well. As we now turn our attention to a registered non-profit organization called the Ukhanyo Foundation that's helping grade 12 learners get a second chance to rewrite their matric examinations. And this worthy cause finds its roots in youth mentorship. And Sandiswa Gwele is the founder of the Ukhanyo Foundation. She's here to tell us more about it, as well as a beneficiary, Michaela Bishop. Great to have both of you. Happy Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to talk to you about this organization, Sandiswa, because I think it is something that is probably not given the attention that it needs. I mean, earlier on we were talking about the stress and the pressure on matriculants at this time of the year when finals come around, and yet there are organizations like yours that put the focus on giving matriculants a second chance at, you know, those matric examinations and re-establishing their chances of a future. So give me a bit of a background on how it is that you became focused on this particular kind of industry, if I could call it that, and why you thought it was so important to have this organization, the Ukhanyo Foundation.
Okay, thank you so much. We focus on supporting the matric second chance. As a matric second chancer, you have an opportunity to go to the Department of Education to register to rewrite, but you do not have support or the structure to help you walk that journey. So Ukhanyo Foundation focuses on supporting them on 3 pillars. Our first pillar is academic support, which we look at tutoring classes, we look at learning resources, and the second pillar is self-development, where we're working with them in terms of bringing their self-esteem back because they failed, they think that there's no success for them, they are hopeless about life, and they don't see a bright future. So as a person also that also failed matric, I know how difficult the journey can be. And as a person that has worked with a lot of youth organizations and that have seen a lot of opportunities that require a matric certificate, and how a lot of jobs can just disqualify you because you do not have that matric certificate. So I saw the importance of having that piece of paper so that we can have more options in terms of career choices and study.
And this all started 4 years ago, as you were telling me early on. So it's something that you've been doing quite successfully for a number of years. And in those years, what have you found to be some of the most prevailing circumstances that have prevented learners from utilizing this second opportunity, or having, you know, what are the circumstances surrounding their lives?
Okay, the first one is lack of resources. When you fail your matric, you take your books and you return back to school. So you are left with no books to study. You are sitting at home with your family that they don't even know how to support you. So there are so many factors that the environment, even at home, does not allow these young people to study. And also the lack of self-esteem and confidence in them, because I think their failure makes them feel that they are not good enough. They cannot be successful in life. So we break those beliefs in their head and say, you're smart, you're good. How can we turn this failure into an opportunity for you to become successful and achieve even more great things?
Absolutely. And Michaela, you've done that successfully. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Take me through that process of having to re-prepare and rewriting those exams that at some stage of your life represented, as Sandiswa said, potential failure. And I'm not sure, you know, the feelings that went through you as a person. Take me through that process.
Okay, so when I rewrote and prepared for my matric exams, it was a bit challenging and overwhelming. As I lived in the hill streets of Philippi, where there was so many distractions day and night. However, I made use of past question papers, textbooks, online videos, just to restore the memory I was lost taught on Matric 2017. Then I met Mama Gwele and a wonderful team at Ukhanyo Foundation that told me there is always hope. From that, I took it every single day until today. I'm deciding that I'm going to take a step forward instead of taking a step backward. And with that being said, I'm always putting a positive mindset starting my day or morning, night or evening. I'm always looking forward.
I love that. So what would you then say to your your colleagues or your age mates who are at this kind of crossroads, you know, trying to think about their opportunities in life and maybe wanting to take this on?
My humble respect and saying to all students out there is getting more marks than expected opens a world of opportunities, employment and training. So let's make this final push and know that anything is possible if you set your heart and your mind to it.
Ah, loving that. That is the motivation that we all need for this Monday morning.
Yes.
So, Mama Gwele, how do people get in touch and how do they find out more about the work that you do at Ukhanyo Foundation?
Okay, we are based at Philippi Village in Philippi and can be contacted on 083 6522 709 and also on my email sandy.gwele@gmail.com. We also have our Facebook page and Instagram page that they can reach us on. And yeah.
And once they do get in contact, let's say I'm looking to rewrite my exams, what do I need to have ready with me? I'm assuming something like my ID book or a copy thereof is necessary.
Yes.
What about some of those things that I would need
We
to
will be taking new students mid-January 2023 for next year, yes, for the rewrite in November.
Okay.
We are only accepting those who will be rewriting in November so that we have enough time to prepare.
So you do need to give yourself time
yes,
enough
we do.
for
Yes, you need to have your ID, your current statement of your results, and yes.
And then you're there to support.
We're there to support you all the way.
And then congratulations must also go to you at Ukhanyo Foundation for being recognized and awarded as Best Ally category at the Women in Tech at the Global Movement Awards.
In Dubai.
In Dubai. Tell me about that award. I mean, that must be an immense moment of pride for you, you know, when you look at the work you've done over the past 4 years and to be recognized on an international stage.
Oh, wow, yes. I'm still trying to make sense of it. I still cannot believe that I won at an international level with so many wonderful women that are doing big projects. And I was recognized for the work that I'm doing in partnership with Women in Tech in Philippi Village, where as part of our work is connecting young people with opportunities and career pathways. So we've been training young people this year basic computer skills so that they're able to access opportunities online, they're able to apply for jobs online, they're also able to apply to study further. So it was a lifetime experience and the best feeling ever.
And I hope that that's a feeling that continues to fuel your energy resources to continue doing this wonderful work that you're doing for our young people out there. So thank you so much. And congratulations once again to you, Michaela.
Thank you so much.
For the successes that you've achieved. And of course, you have information on your screen over there. You can visit the website ukhanyofoundation.org. Check them out on Facebook, on Instagram as well, on all the social media pages to have a look at exactly what they're doing and how you can get involved as well.
Oh, thank you, Kat. Well, listen, we are back in the kitchen, and if you are a coconut lover, you'll want to make these moist, chewy coconut chocolate bites all the time. It's crisp on the outside and pillowy within, and they really make for they just take a few minutes to create, but it will be great snacks for exam. And of course, you are here to show us how to make it.
Yeah, these are relatively simple. I'm going to prefix this by saying I've never made these before, but we have got an amazing foodie team here that have taken us through it. So yes, the key here is our egg whites that we're going to need at a nice kind of stiff peak, I think, because we're going to fold them into our coconut mixture. But I think this is a great little pick-me-up if you are having a study break and you need just a quick little boink. This is going to give you all the flavor, all the joy, and a little bit of a spike in energy if you need it. But the danger here is that you're going to want to have more. So make many, but govern yourself. So I've got our coconut flakes here.
And you've got many.
Right, many, because we've got a big team here. Then we've got our condensed milk, which we're going to mix in.
How stiff should the egg whites be, like meringue style?
I mean, yeah, because we want to, this is what's going to aerate and add that gooey center to our, because you want the crispiness on the outside and the gooiness on the inside, I think. We did promise light and pillowy.
We did.
When you said that, you kind of shot us in the foot there a little bit. So I've now put some vanilla essence in as well. And we're going to mix it up.
Yeah, well, I think I was just being a bit impatient. It's getting there.
Oh, no,
Look at that.
Fantastic, yeah. Zoe, you can't rush baking.
No, you
do
can't.
it in the way that it needs to be done.
You have to follow the ingredients.
Yeah, exactly. It is like a science. And this one, I think, is going to be a real crowd pleaser. I can imagine my little man absolutely adoring these. I'm trying to get as much kind of liberal spreading of our condensed milk. That's looking good. I think for the sake of tea, that is going to be perfect. Well done,
I'm never brave enough to try that.
Perfect.
There we go.
Now, it's a case of, because now that Zoe has worked so hard to put all of that air in there, we don't want to
take it out.
Take it all out.
Nope.
So we're literally just going to fold in our egg whites, and hopefully that's going to give us.
I'm very intrigued as to why you have gloves on. I take it your
Because
hands
it's
have
cool.
to get in
no,
there.
I'm gonna roll us a little ball. No, it just looks cool. As always. Oh,
Look at that.
Beautifully. So you can imagine you're going to have almost like a meringue type vibe. So while I start, and that's starting to come together beautifully, I'm going to shape these into our little ball shapes. I don't want to knock out too much
of the air.
The air.
You just put a little ball shapes.
Yeah.
And then this will go into the oven.
And there we go, and that's going to crisp up on the outside. Look at that.
That looks
Yay.
amazing.
It actually, I had more confidence in myself. Come on, Graham.
Do we put this in 180 degrees or a lower heat?
I think it's 180. Just watch them very closely because they can burn quite quickly. And we will have the full ingredients list and the recipe on our website. And then how you finish them off once they've come out.
You can just simply dip
Let them cool, and then you can dip both sides, underside. You're going to cover that whole thing in chocolate. You can
Or just
do
the top.
base of it and spread some on the top. Looks beautiful, and I think we've all earned a taste here. Catman, get in here, my friend.
Got the fresh ones.
So we've been making these absolutely beautiful coconut chocolate bites. There we go, buddy.
Oh,
That
there's
is
one.
yours to go and live your best life.
I do love coconuts.
And this is going to have kind of a beautiful,
fluffy,
gooey, hopefully fluffy, gooey center. And it's, yes, we're not holding back on the chocolate.
There we go.
Yummy.
Okay.
And what's the prognosis?
It's good.
You're loving it. Is it fluffy on the inside? Because we did put a bit of egg white in there to get the chewiness.
Chewiness is definitely there. It's going to take me a while to swallow. But really good.
Ooh. This one's on my nose. As I took a bite, the coconut just, oh gosh, okay. We'll need to sort this situation out.
Brown nose there.
So yes, the making of these can lead to a little bit of a kitchen situation, but that pound for pound, that's a beautiful little treat, and it took us all of 3.5 minutes to create. It's going to give you, obviously, the little energy kick that you need, but it's delicious. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to need
And the benefits of, like, coconut as well. Just like,
there you go.
Get in there. Get in.
Ooh.
Okay. That's lovely. Yeah. Yeah?
You two are brothers.
Chocolate all over my face.
I can feel the chocolates all over my face.
It literally is all over.
It's all over your lips, it's all over my nose, eye.
It's amazing.
I think it's made its way up to your eyebrows now.
Got some in your hair.
There's chocolate everywhere now.
You've got chocolate in your hair.
Oh, it's on your cheek now.
It's absolutely beautiful. All right, well, if you want to find this for yourself, you can find it on Expresso.
Oh, it's in your ear now.
Oh, no, it's all over your top now.
It's done. It's over.
It's messy here. Fine.
Sensodyne repair and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
With the final exams that have begun for most learners, be it in university or matric, we can certainly imagine the anxiety of not only the exams themselves, but also wondering what lies beyond. Now, earlier this year, Old Mutual launched a Grow with the Greats to raise awareness and support the youth talent programs that they currently have on offer for young people to enter the workplace and gain valuable experience with one of the biggest companies on the continent.
And we have the best people to tell you all about it, these opportunities, and of course their personal journeys as well. We've got Prabhashini Moodley, the Managing Director for Old Mutual Corporate, and Kira Bilwe Ndlozi, aka Kia, bursary recipient who is now the Intermediate Actuarial Specialist for Old Mutual. With those job titles, clearly dreams do come true. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you.
Well, I actually feel like we need to unpack this a little bit more before we get into the Early Careers Development Program. But Prabhashini, can you tell us a little bit about what your role is at Old Mutual?
Thank you so much. So as the MD for Old Mutual Corporate, I have the privilege of leading the division of our business that services businesses, institutions, and their employees with saving solutions and insurance. And that on a day-to-day basis, I lead a really incredible and talented team to deliver this to our clients.
So interesting. And Kia, we are very fascinated with your title.
Yes. So what I do, basically, I work under the same, like, Prabhashini's segment, but I work more within the insurance side. And to be very practical, I prepare the data, I do checks and claims data, and then I provide that to our valuations teams who, like, prepare reserves and stuff. I hope it doesn't bore people, but...
No, it's not boring at all.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the terminology. But on a day-to-day, it's just analyzing what's actually happening with our products and doing investigations, which I enjoy.
That's fun. You're a detective. If you think about it, then that's a fun job to have. It's never boring, it never is. But you know, you were one of those Old Mutual bursary program graduates, and you've done your thing. But in terms of what you studied and how the program has helped you do your current role, take us through that for a second. How has it been?
Yeah, being an Old Mutual bursary recipient has been awesome. I must say that I'm very grateful because I don't think I'd be exactly here without it. And a lot of support was given, so they funded me from my undergrad in BCom Actuarial Science, and as well as through my honors in Actuarial Science. And there was tutoring throughout that was able to be given, and then I also had VAC work opportunities throughout my studies, and then a job straight afterwards, which is nice.
That is amazing that you had a job straight afterwards, because I think a lot of students, especially those in matric and those, finishing up their undergrad or even postgrad, you kind of stress about the what next, what next. What words of encouragement do you have for those, who are embarking on that new or next journey in their life?
Yeah, I think to them, I'd tell them what my mom told me when I left home all the years ago is always speak and have the relevant people around you. Just always know, like, if you're starting out in first year, get a second year who you can talk to talk to you through the journey. If you're starting to work, find a mentor, because I think there's a lot of, like, chatter around, like, oh, it's difficult, which it is, but it's very important to have people who you see that they did it and it is possible. And trust yourself and work-life balance, still have fun. I think I'd say that for sure.
I'm so glad you said that last bit. You have to have a balance, have some fun. Right alongside you, Kia, is Prabhashini, and now you are the MD of Old Mutual Corporate. That is it's an esteemed job. However, rumor has it that you are also an Old Mutual bursary recipient. And how beautiful is that? And this is why I mentioned in the beginning, dreams do come true. I mean, how has that changed your life? And looking back and looking where you are now, you're a managing director, especially in a company that's massive globally. That particular journey, receiving that, and just having that weight of your shoulders, receiving a bursary. What was that for you? Just go back with us for a second.
Yeah, we're going back at least
a little bit.
A little more than 20 years. But like Kia, I was quite fortunate in being awarded an Old Mutual Actuarial bursary. I got to move from home, which was KZN, to Cape Town, to the beautiful city of Cape Town, and study at UCT. And it really just opened doors and opportunities. So, the support, knowing that you have a job at the end of your career, the vacation work. And Old Mutual's a massive organization. So being able, I've been there my entire professional career, but I've had at least 8 very different jobs. It has changed my life, and I'm privileged to sit now on our group executive committee, where I get to listen to and support people like Kia and encourage and provide the support to know your voice matters and driving the kind of inclusion and engagement for other young people. So that's why I do say it's a privilege to be where I am now. Yeah.
Well, that's incredible. I mean, I love hearing your story and your journey and the start of your journey, Kia, within the Old Mutual umbrella. And I wanted to know from you, Prabhashini, what other opportunities are available for the youth within Old Mutual?
So we have a range of programs. I mean, Kia and I obviously have come through our actuarial program, and we run an actuarial community as well in Old Mutual, so we can connect the young new joiners with some of the older greats in the business, and they can learn from each other. We also have a technology program for people interested in technology and IT and software and engineering. Quite a few engineers who join. We have an accountancy program where students on the chartered accountancy track can do their training and their articles with us. And people can, if they want to find out more, go onto our website, www.oldmutual.co.za. /early careers. And we also have, for people who finished high school, finished matric, we're just talking about our matriculants, an Amatuba learnership program where you can learn while working. So it's not just for young people who've completed a degree. Yeah.
You two are inspirations. I need to say this, and of course getting a bursary is not without the hard work that comes with it and the consistency, but looking at Old Mutual and the way you are uplifting the future, that is absolutely incredible. So Kia and Prabhashini, thanks so much for joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show today. We really have that feel good knowing that there's a company like Old Mutual backing these bursaries and the futures of so many.
That's right, and if you're young, hungry and talented, this is the ultimate opportunity to get a foot in the door. Now, to find out more about Old Mutual and how you can grow with the greats, visit oldmutual.co.za/early careers. Now, all Old Mutual's early career opportunities for 2023 are currently closed, but will reopen in the new year for 2024. So visit Old Mutual's social media pages and website to stay up to date.
Well, the time is just 1 minute before 8 o'clock. Let's take a last look at the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, the Geoscience Council is expected to send scientists to KwaZulu-Natal to assess the damage from the 2 earthquakes that occurred at Greyton and Kokstad this weekend. Now, the tremor at Greyton in the province's Midlands occurred on Saturday afternoon around 3:30, and the one in Kokstad in the south of the province yesterday morning just after 10:30. The 2 places are nearly 300 kilometers apart. Now, both registered a measurement of 3.9. In other news, 4 planes have been donated to the Kruger National Park to help battle crime. Mining giant Anglo-American Platinum has donated 4 Bat-Hawk aircraft worth more than 3.8 million rand for nature conservation and the fight against rhino poachers. The wildlife park has of late been plagued by criminals who set traps and poison wildlife. A pilot ranger at the Malelani camp, Albert Smith, says the planes will improve the park's patrol system and will also be used to monitor the movement of rhinos. Taking a look at international news this morning, President William Ruto of Kenya has invited President Cyril Ramaphosa on a state visit to Kenya. He'll be departing on Wednesday next week. Ruto has invited Ramaphosa to discuss a range of issues, including continental affairs. Now, the visit will include a business forum focusing on trade and investment between Kenya and South Africa. Kenya is East Africa's largest economy and gateway to the region, with a GDP that stands at over $110 billion. Kenya is also South Africa's largest trading partner outside of the SADC region. In other news, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg in Istanbul during the weekend, discussing issues including finalizing Finland and Sweden's NATO membership. Following the meeting, Stoltenberg praised Turkey's role in the resumption of the Black Sea grain deal and said the meeting would make our alliances stronger. Now, NATO's Secretary General has been on a 3-day visit to Turkey, and discussions focused mainly on the extension of the Istanbul grain deal and the NATO membership bids of Sweden and Finland. And then finally, summer has, of course, arrived in all its glory. Remember that great Nat King Cole hit song, those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer? Well, yes, it is that time of the year, just a few weeks before Christmas and the holidays. And of course, in many cases, that means some beach time. And there's tremendous news in that 57 blue flags will be flown for the next 12 months at 51 beaches, 4 marinas and 2 tourism boats across South Africa, 33 of them in the Western Cape, 9 in the Eastern Cape and 9 in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, they were recognized for their excellence in safety, amenities, cleanliness and environmental standards during a ceremony in Plettenberg Bay on the Garden Route. The iconic blue flag is the world's most recognized voluntary eco-label award for to beaches, marinas and tourism operators. And South Africa is one of 48 countries implementing this internationally recognized status. So, of course, that bodes well for all holiday goers, knowing that we have some of the best beaches and, of course, tourism operators in all of the world. Well, that's it for the news at 8 o'clock. Right now, let's take a look at what's happening out on the roads as we get you ready for work.
Thanks, Kat. Thankfully, not too much to report on. Let's start in Midrand in Johannesburg. There's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N3 southbound. That's after Modderfontein Road. The left shoulder of the road has been affected. You can expect delays there, obviously. Moving down to the mother city on the N2 in Cape Town, there's an accident before Robert Sobukwe Road inbound to Cape Town. Traffic continues to queue all the way to Khayelitsha there. A bit of a nightmare situation, so please use an alternative route this morning and stay safe out on the roads. Let's get into the weather. Well, not that you need another thing to contend with matriculants, but let's get into it. The Education Department has briefed the media in Pretoria yesterday on the progress of the National Senior Certificate exams and referred to the adverse weather conditions in many parts of the country, which have contributed to challenges facing candidates. Now, the department's Dr. Rufus Polia said parents, communities and all schools were expected to make alternative arrangements for learners to stay close to schools where there are sitting exams at the moment, so that they're not prevented from writing due to overnight rain or flooding. Learners and their parents are urged to take note of today's weather forecast. The South African Weather Service has issued an orange level 6 warning for disruptive rainfall over the northwest and the Free State provinces. Then a yellow level 4 warning for disruptive rainfall is in place for Gauteng, the northwest and the northern parts of the Eastern Cape and the western parts of Mpumalanga, as well as the southwestern parts of Limpopo. So we really do apologize that you've got to add this to that roster of anxieties, but please just be safe out there. Now, for our final weather update, we've got some beautiful pictures to show you. Gary Okamp, the OG from East London, snapped this bright and bold sunrise view over the ocean as he enjoys a walk with his pups. Then Naresh Herdeen captured this ocean view from KZN. Spectacular, really bringing a holiday feel that we're all craving for at the moment. Thanks for that one. The Seri Mudau from Mpumalanga excuse me, sent this beautiful nature-filled shot as the sun rises and brightens up the lake. Beautiful composition there. And then last up, we've got Dudley Cork snapped this outstanding view in Milnerton. Look at that, showing off the river with beautiful green plants, bringing a summer feel. Thank you for showing us how beautiful your neck of the woods are. Please keep those sunrise images coming. 063-408-8863 is the WhatsApp line to use. Now, we're reporting on rain all over the country, so let's get into specifics. Let's start in Polokwane. Your temperatures for the day, 17 your low, going up to a high of 26, 61% chance of rain there. In Bombela, 23% chance of rain, 18 your low, going up to 27 degrees. Pretoria, 15 your low, going up to 25 with an 84% chance of rain. Likewise, in Johannesburg, where your low is 14, going up to 23 degrees. Mahikeng, 17 your low, going up to 22 with a chance of rain, very strong possibility. Clarksburg, you can expect rain, 98% chance there, 17 your low, going up to 23 degrees. Likewise, Kimberley expecting thunderstorms today, 16 your low, going up to 24. Bloem ranging between 15 and 24 as well, with an 89% chance of rain. Move to Richards Bay, the rain abates and the temperature is pretty moderate, 21 to 28 is your range. Pietermaritzburg ranging between 18 and 28 degrees. Durban, your low, 21, going up to 26 degrees. Mthatha, 18 your low, going up to 28 degrees with a 47% chance of rain. Moving to East London, 19 your low, going up to a high of 26 degrees. Craddock, expect the rain there as well, 15 your low, going up to 28. Gqeberha, 17 your low, going up to a high of 25 degrees. George, 13 and 22 your range. Cape Town, the mother city, ranging between 13 and 21 degrees. Worcester, your low, 9, going up to 29 degrees. Sutherland, 7 is your minimum, going up to a max of 24. And Uppington, relatively moderate by your normal standards. 18 your low, going up to a high of 27 with a 25%. In those rain-affected areas and writing at the moment, please bear in mind that the rain is not going to abate. So try and work that into your plans. But as we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
Gotta say, this is the first time I'm seeing sub-30 temperatures for Uppington.
I know, it's normally
35
past
and
that.
up,
Yeah.
right? Goodness, thank goodness for some cooler weather out there. Hope that you are certainly enjoying it as you make your plans for the summer holidays, maybe planning a fun family trip or two.
Oh, I hope that is the case, because if you have a MasterCard in your wallet, then every single one of your weekends and December holiday plans are sorted. And that's because when you pay with your MasterCard, you will get 5% off at the Cape Town cable car and 10% off on the iconic Red Bus Tour.
Beautiful. Have you been on that?
I did. I went for my godson's first birthday. It was
On the
really
Red Bus
cute.
Tour?
We went on the Red Bus Tour and we ended up at World of Birds.
What a very fancy birthday.
It was such a cool experience.
Yeah. And best of all, of course, as a MasterCard holder, you will have the opportunity to get 100 Rand off your wine tasting when you make a purchase of 500 Rand or more from the seller. And then you're also able to take advantage of curated offers from 50 wine farms. And whether you're looking for online wine offers or dining, accommodation and spa, or even just a wonderful experience, there are many benefits for you to enjoy.
Well, to view all of these deals and the qualifying wine farms, go visit priceless.com/travel in South Africa today and choose any of the curated experiences that your heart desires. And all of the offers are valid until the 31st of December. So you have plenty of time. I love how we say you have plenty of time. But before you know it, it's the end of next month to treat yourself and the whole family.
So do it now, basically.
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother. Stand the chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand and a pair of premium handcrafted prior eyewear to the value of 1,490 Rand every week. Simply answer the weekly competition question by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Don't forget to include hashtag Join the Tribe and prior eyewear. Tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition closes 30 November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, we've got to do it. I'm sorry. Lower your expectations. Let's talk about sport. So the Springboks took on Ireland in the first match of their end-of-year tour. So much hope, so much expectation. But it was the Irish that came out on top, running out 1916 winners, deservedly so, for their 10th straight victory at home. With us to cry in dark hues of colour is Good Hope FM sports anchor Lorenzo Darius. Buddy, this has got to be the worst sporting weekend on record, I think, in every respect. So it's difficult to know what to focus on. But let's talk about the rugby, because this is a vitally important year-end tour building towards a World Cup. There was so much baggage attached to this match. The world #1 taking on and there's
champions,
so little difference in those world #1 rankings. Whoever won this one was going to take the world #1 spot again anyway. So frustrating. The kicking obviously not on point, and I think it's boiling down to one question that I need to ask you. So much stock was put in the change of position, putting Damien at 10, which he's done before with Klom, putting Cheslin at the back in 15. Then of course life played its little hand. He couldn't do the kicking, so Gaza had to step up. Is this a failure of what we were trying, or was it just okay? Let's give them a bit more time to find that click. How do you sum this up?
Sure. You know what, there is no other time. We've had all year round for Coach Jacques Nienaber to find the right players to play. We had no recognized number 10. And we put Gaza in, and we know that he's struggling. But does number 10 have to take the kicking job?
No.
We see it everywhere else in England and in other teams.
The box.
So, Cheslin stepped up, but his kicking wasn't that great as well.
I mean, no, Gaz has got a boot on him. I mean, I've sat and trained with the guys and watched them do this 100% of the time. I don't think they missed one in practice. So it happens, and I feel like, knowing the guy personally, you feel like, he's going to take this on as a personal loss in that space. Yeah. So how do we kind of fashion this out? Was it all the fact that we just played terribly, or were the Irish good? Because they had to earn the right with a ton of tackles. That first half tackle count was like 10 to 1, literally. So they earned the right to be able to play a more aggressive, free-flowing kind of rugby. But they earned that win, or did we lose that match? How did you put it in perspective?
Sure. If I can put it like this, we lost that match. Firstly, if you look at what happened in that first half, though, they only had 6 points to account for. Then we lost Cheslin Colby because of that bit of spear tackle that he got there as well. And for 10 minutes, they couldn't. Our defensive line was good. But then if you look at how the tries, how they actually got the tries, we don't want to, everyone's saying we shouldn't be blaming the ref. But if we look at what happened with them kicking a ball, forward passes, us not maintaining the ball as well. It's like we looked very nervous. Yeah. Especially if you watch that game, you could see the stadium as well, the boisterous Aviva Stadium.
Yeah, I was going to say playing at Aviva is a different prospect as well. What then are the positives that we take out of this before we take on Le Bleu? Because we're going to have a tough physical. And now that the Irish have kind of shown that we can lose the physical battle, we can lose in the scrum.
Sure, we can, we
don't see very often. What then do we turn to when we take on the French? They must be smelling blood in the water.
Look, the French didn't do that well, like 1 point difference, I think, with their game. So for me, we need to look at what we didn't get right, then work on it this week. Our coaching staff had so much to talk about them knowing the Irish. It just didn't work. So what do? We look at our scrum. We need to look at our set pieces this week and work on it.
Get that right, 25% of the job is done,
Perfect. Lovely. If we get that, then the selection. Do we bring in Manie Lebok? It's going to be huge. Remember, SA team is being announced today. It's Springbok team tomorrow. So we'll see. If we see who's being selected today.
What does your heart say?
Manie Lebok.
Bring him in.
Yeah, bring him in.
And against the best in the Northern Hemisphere in the URC. I love that. I get that. And the rest, I mean, it's a kick is a kick is a kick. Get the kicks over and suddenly you've got 9 points, and that's the difference in this game.
Definitely. So
I think don't beat ourselves too much. And Gaza, I know you're not watching right now, but in spirit, bro, just stay strong, bro.
Definitely.
It wasn't your fault, okay? It was a complex system. And does this change the way that we approach the rest of the tour, or is it almost more important now to stick to our guns and push through? How are you feeling? Do we need to ring the changes, or do we need to just, fuss bait?
If we look at what happened the last time when we played Wales here, we did all those changes.
15 changes.
15 changes did not go our way.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe a little bit. We could see the guys wanted it. They were hungry. I don't want to see too much changes. We've got a good front row, right? Barring Luat as well, that's now that's injured. But if we can get our combinations right, we need Hendricks at number 9 to be a bit faster. I saw Oxenchair getting 2 balls out to pass and play a scrum off. We need to work on this.
Got to be on it at that
on it,
level,
all the things. If we can get that halfback combination right, then we've got a good general and we've got a good distributor.
Yeah, I'm feeling I'm kind of split about this one. I think I love the idea of Mani Lebok getting the opportunity there, but I feel for Damien as well. I think ultimately these guys just need to spend a bit of time with a consummate kicker, okay? Someone who's got 100%
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah, that's all the Springboks need. In fact, let's see if we can help the Boks out. You're a legend, buddy. Thank you so much for not wearing any colour this morning.
Bro, did you just nominate yourself for the number 10 jersey?
Hey, I think it's easier said than done.
Just as a coach.
Amazing, amazing. Well, as we all know, being a Bok is no easy task. It takes endurance, grit, and determination. Most importantly, it takes never giving up. And Graham is quite possibly the biggest Bok fan out there in South Africa, would you say?
He is, and he is incredible. And if it comes to being, South Africa, he stepped up his game ahead of the tour, and he tried to make it happen. Let's see how it turned out.
Mr. 100% kicking record, okay.
The moment comes to a man just once in his lifetime. In my case, the moment has arrived. I'm at Stellenbosch to connect with the Boks. Now, we know that rugby is a part of our culture. In fact, one of the top 3 most popular sports in this country. It's in our soul. We also know to play at the very highest level demands the utmost in strength, in power, in agility, in all kinds of fitness, anaerobic and aerobic. And of course, it's pushing your body to the limit, which means you've got to put back in what you take out, especially when it comes to those vital electrolytes. In this heat, we're going to be burning quite a lot. And I've come out to Stellenbosch to the Boks training camp to see how they step up their game. The last time I connected with the gents, it was alone, so I don't know if they were talking utter nonsense. So I thought I'd put them together so that I'd get the truth out of them. Damien, tell me once and for all, who trains the hardest out of the Springbok squad?
Out of the squad, I think Jesse Krill.
Really? I was expecting you to say, no, we all train at the same level. No, you train at an insane level, and we've seen that firsthand today. So I've got a very limited amount of time with you guys. So, Frans, I'm going to start with you. I've asked you guys if you please wouldn't mind helping to part some of your amazing skills here. So when it comes to the perfect punt, okay, or a grubber, or the perfect kick, how do I, as a novice, approach that, do you think?
I think, it's very important to have general good balance. And your non-kicking foot, you have to plant.
In some of our cases, both feet, I think.
Swing through and keep your head down.
I think I am probably the biggest Springbok fan in the world. I think there are few other fans that have the opportunity or the blessings that I have to connect with the players, build friendships with these guys, have a front row seat to the biggest moments in Springbok history. The best part? Dropping probably the first ever drop goal I've ever done in my life in front of 3 of my heroes. Come on! And I'll probably never do it again.
Okay, swing that back to Damien.
I'll give
here.
him tips.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. So we all know that you can pretty much play in almost any position, and it's probably only a matter of time until you get called into the front row. So what's critical for good scrummaging?
Yeah, I think what Fran has said, balance. Balance, and then I think working as a unit is really important. I think getting that bind and getting the hit, if I'm correct, I think. And then, yeah, just working as a unit together. I think scrumming is all about the rest of the guys behind you. Yeah, I think that's really important for scrumming.
0, 0, 0, 0. Talent.
So one last question, Stephen. You know, as probably the fastest player on the field, let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
How do we get across that gain, and how do we sell a dummy?
No, it all starts with first catching the ball, because that's very crucial. And then it's definitely using your eyes. That means selling the dummy with your eyes, the way you look, where you want to pass, and then as you mimic the pass, you just hold on to it and you take that space. And I think that's how you create your one-on-ones.
Gentlemen, you're absolute legends. I can't tell you how many amazing moments you've given me, you've given my son, so many people like myself who are far too emotionally invested in what you're doing, but you do it, you deliver, and even when the chips are down, you grind it out, and we love you for that. Should we go and do a little running around? You can show me those skills in action,
Yeah,
I think.
let's do that.
Let's do it. So I might not have designs on becoming a professional rugby player anytime soon, but come on, being given an opportunity to learn from the very best, that's something I'm not going to pass up. And what I love is the nuance between every role in that amazing team and how it all has to come together. Let's see if I can fit in.
Okay, so this is a tighted prop going for a drop goal with my coach Gaza. Do we try one and then you can comment?
Yes, let's do it.
Or is there tips before I kick?
Frana, I think for you, drop the ball, head down, swing through. Easy.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes!
Oh!
Coach?
Great kick.
Top.
Great kick.
Down.
Yeah. Kick.
Come on!
0.
Crouch. Bind.
Sit.
Nah.
Wow, best job ever. So I've clearly proven today that yes, Energade Zero can step up your game and take it to another level, even if it's just with one drop kick that you'll pull off only once in your life. But I did it on camera. What a joy connecting with these guys, and I can see the relevance for them in having an Energade Zero. 0 calories and 0 sugar, and also twice the amount of electrolytes to put back into your body. And while yes, this has been quite a humbling experience, as you'd expect, is there any chance that this has in any way dampened my Springbok fire? Absolutely 0.
How many did you kick over? 0?
I know, my heart's broken. You don't understand, okay? I could do it, man.
Did the editors do you in?
Yeah, no, they did me a dirty there. You have no idea. I don't think I've ever dropped a drop goal in my entire life.
Yeah?
In front of Damien Phillipser, first try, boom, over, done. Life goals, done.
That's not what the camera
these guys.
showed.
God, don't worry.
Gotta take one for the
I
team,
believe
man.
you, bro. You stepped up your game, and of course, you can step up your game with Energade Zero and 0 compromise on taste and performance.
That's right, and it's a new week and a new chance for you to win 2,000 Rand cash and a hamper with Energade Zero. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us how you step up your game with Energade Zero. And don't forget to include that hashtag step up your game in your your answer. Follow and tag at Innerjade SA if you're entering on Instagram, or at Innerjade if you're entering on Facebook. This week's competition will close at midday this coming Friday, the 11th of November, and there are some T's and C's that can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Think fast.
You think
Woo, that's that dummy. That's that dummy.
Again.
You bought it. You bought it. Go. Just keep going. You need to go to the milk shop. Just keep going.
How many excuses you're going to make?
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink.
Vincent was always very healthy, so it was a shock when he was diagnosed with colon cancer.
I'm a self-employed accountant, and the chemotherapy treatment made me too tired to work, at the same time as having to find extra money for unexpected costs. Then I had a stroke as well.
As a family, we would have faced years of real financial hardship if Vincent hadn't taken out illness insurance.
I wasn't expecting it to happen to me, but my insurance was a great relief.
Dad, I hope you're ready before I go. Guys! Okay, guys, come on, come on.
Morning, Dana.
We connect all of Mzansi so that everyone can be more of what they're made of. Live your Monate.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Let's talk a little money. Hopefully not too much money that you're going to be spending. Why? Because Black Friday is just around the corner, and this year it falls on Friday, the 25th of November. And if you're smart, you'll start prepping your wish list and budget. I'm going to say that again, budget right now. So when the deals start coming thick and fast, you can strike while it's hot. I thought I'd touch base with my very pragmatic financial team, you know, because we rely on each other. Yeah, you are quite frugal. Yeah, one has to be in these trying times.
Indeed, look at both sides of the coin, sir.
Completely, but we of course throw frugality,
out the
frugality out the window when Black Friday comes. Zozo, are you into Black Friday?
I'm not, only because I'm a sucker for buying something just because it's on sale, not necessarily because I need it. So I try and be as...
You just stay.
I try not to get caught up in the
fever, yeah.
Yeah, I do my research. I have.
That was a mixed answer. I
I'm not into it because I can't control myself.
Which
so I
means that
stay away from it.
You're going to do it. You're going to buy something on Black Friday. That's all I got from that conversation. Kat, Mr. Frugal, how do you feel about Black Friday?
La la. La, 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 la.
Deals,
here's my card. That's exactly how I feel.
Because it's so compelling. And I know we don't quite do Black Friday like it was in its inception in the US without giving away like TVs for 2 cents. We do it slightly differently, but you can score that thing.
Yeah.
So if there is that thing, not that I'm wanting to sway you towards buying anything, Zoe, but if there was that one thing on your wish list, what would it be?
On my wish list, because I'm redoing the bathroom, would be beautiful towels and bath mats and you know, like the little things you need for your bathroom, like hand soap dispensers. It's like the necessities.
You don't stand a chance. You're done for Black Friday.
You know what I mean? And like some soap. I need soap. And like
because you got to fill it with pretty smelly things. Hey, you have
pretty. That's on my wish list.
Yeah, well, I mean, not
pretty smelly.
Yeah, they're pretty, smelly things.
Okay.
Didn't your granny always used to call them the smellies? Like anything that smelled nice.
Not potpourri. I don't want that in my bathroom.
You can make it yourself. Kat, what's on your wish list? What is that thing? Is it a tech? Is it a sport? Is it a?
I have been wanting to take up cycling, so a bike would be cool. And some sort of like fitness tracker, smart watch, fitness tracker vibe, that combination.
And I think both of those will be hot right now. I dig that. I dig that.
Yeah.
So you've kind of answered this vibe that you buy stuff, you know, that you want to buy stuff that you need, but you are suckers for a good deal.
Yeah, of course.
When you do this, are you going to do it online, or do you like to physically go and see the goods?
It depends. So, I mean, if the specials are online, I'm going to capitalize on that. Or you know, it's towels. I want to feel it. I want to smell the things I want to buy. So I would love to do it in person.
Oh.
I've got to say, I probably need to get with the times, because you get most of the best deals online.
Strike while it's
I
hot,
do like to kind of see what I'm buying, touch it.
Especially just for that bike, bro. Yeah.
And for that last minute, like, do I really, really want it? That little tick over moment for me occurs when I can actually touch and feel the product.
And see yourself on it.
Exactly.
Okay, here's the deal. When we move into the week of the 25th, we're going to start counseling each other, okay? Look after each other, we'll hold each other's hands, okay? And we will have a list, and we will have a budget. Our advice, get your wish list ready now to make sure that you can catch some of those deals that you really want. And there will be some amazing deals, let's be honest. And some exciting news. Every time that you spend 500 Rand or more on your Nedbank American Express card this November, you get 1 entry and 1 step closer to winning your share of 100 million greenbacks. 100 million, guys, life-changing. So there is plenty to look forward to this month, and imagine the deals that you'll be able to get with 100 million in greenbacks.
Wow. It's a lot.
Not a towel.
Check it out. It's 4 months. Seriously. Yeah, seriously.
Come catch me on the next level.
Well, we're back again on the Expresso stage with Just Judah. She's our guest artist today, and of course, she's been bringing us beautiful, beautiful sounds. You might have heard her latest single earlier on called Stay the Night, but right now she's about to perform another one of her self-written songs called In the End. Take it away.
I ain't ready to start again. Maybe back to being friends. It all took me by surprise. I have not felt more alive. Do you want me to give all of this? Are we just playing a game of kiss? Is there a chance of wedding bliss? You're consuming all of me. Every way I like to be, I just can't control the flow of these feelings in my soul. Do you want me to give all of this? Are we just playing a game of kiss? Is there a chance of wedding bliss? Ooh, tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me in the end, do you see this happening? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Baby, won't you take my hand? I need you to understand. I've got all this love inside. Will you reciprocate in time? Is this forever? I need to know. Cause if it's not, then you've gotta go. You fill my heart with love and hope. I love you, I made it clear. Oh, you know I want you near. In the end, it's you and I. I'm into the finish line. Is this forever? I need to know. Cause if it's not, then you gotta go. You fill my heart with love and hope. Ooh, tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me in the end, do you see this happening? Tell me right now. 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 Tell me in the end, do you see this happening? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now, right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now, now. Tell me right now. Oh, tell me right now, right now. Ooh. Tell me right now, now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now.
We got you covered. 24-hour long wear. New skincare and ingredients. Better skin by the day. Diverse shades. Transfer resistant and waterproof. For all skin. For every life. New Color Stay Longwear Makeup.
Being a parent can be challenging, but stepping out is when things get real complicated. That's why new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5 ml sachets are here to make the job easier. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere. Panado, a dose of care.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. It's a Monday morning, and it's time to play the game where no one is safe.
No.
Let's see who's feeling a little sensitive.
It's the super sensitive tongue twister game.
Finally, I get to host the game, and I'm so excited because two of the most competitive people I know are next to me. And so, here are the rules, guys. You know how it works. There are 3 rounds. In each round, you will both have 10 seconds to take a bite of foods that trigger sensitivity, which are cold, hot, and sweet, right? We've got some sour foods as well, but today we're focusing on the very hot, the very cold, and the very sweet, right? Once you've taken a bite, you're going to then read the tongue twister that we put in front of you.
In your mouth. You've got to have the food in your mouth.
No, swallow it first. Trust me, you'll need to, otherwise there'll be splutters all across our screens. And then we'll determine a winner of each round. And the person who's able to say the tongue twister best wins each round. We'll see who has the most at the end, right? Okay. The very big twist, of course, is that in each round, the language changes. So we're going to start off nice and easy. Okay. To my extreme right, hot, delicious hot soup. Okay. And then you will read an English tongue twister. Who's brave enough to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh,
for the
Zoe.
English.
Zoe.
Wow.
Don't stop me
For the
now.
English.
Don't push me out the way.
Go.
Run there.
Get that? That was a very small teaspoon.
I can't double dip now.
Okay, you can't double dip. Okay, go.
If you must cross a course, cross cow across a crowded cow crossing, wait, I lost the cross the course cow across the crowded cow crossing carefully.
Okay.
Not make
All right.
sense.
I only identified one audible mistake.
Yeah.
I lost my...
That is the most disparaging sound on the planet.
It
really
just makes
It'll
you
break
feel
your spirit.
worthless. All right, so 1 teaspoonful of hot soup. Get it in there. And then, wow, that's minus points there. Okay, go.
If you must cross a course, cross cow across a crowded cow crossing, cross the cross course cow across the crowded cow crossing carefully.
Wow! Was that like perfection or what?
He's got the gift of the gab.
I'm going to deduct points, though, for the spillage, though.
Damn it.
Who does
No, he
that?
deserves it.
Don't do this in your matric finals. Don't just, come on.
Please
Not
don't.
on technicality.
Okay,
Come on.
so the next one, we're going to have some very cold but very delicious cheesecake.
Oh, it does look lovely. Hey?
Zoe, big piece. And then you're going to be reading off a tongue twister in Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Portuguese.
Oh,
yes? Okay.
Non comprendo.
Is it okay? Have a swallow if you want to. If you need to, chew through it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Compadre compre puca capa parda, orque quam posa capa parda compra, puca capa parda casta. O puca capa parda compre, puca capa parda casta.
I think there were a few more pukas there than what was probably allowed, but
What about
and a few
the swearing
and
on
a
air?
terquez, yeah. What was that? What does that actually
No,
mean?
I'll tell you afterwards. I'll tell you afterwards. Take a cheesecake first. It's funnier when you don't know what it means. All right, here we go.
Oh, that is terrific.
Yeah? Bit cold on the teeth? Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Comprendre compre puca capa parda porque quem puca capa parde compra puca capa parde gasta. Au puca capa parde compre e puca capa parde gasta.
You nearly got there. You nearly
almost, eh?
Okay, we'll get it.
And I felt that one on my tooth.
Okay. Well, if you're wondering what that means, it means, compadre, buy a little brown cape, because whoever buys a little brown cape buys a little worn brown cape. I bought a little brown cape, and a little brown cape I wear.
Exactly, and that's exactly the
Is that where all the
tonality that I used.
poca came from?
Exactly, the puka padre no puka na puka.
Puka.
Without sounding like a minion. Okay, last one. This is, I'm gonna love this so much.
Yes,
Some sweet condensed.
Are you not allowed to just give me an example of what it should sound like?
No, not at all, not at all. We want you to just go straight into it. Go bravely into that night. There we go.
You guys aren't being kind.
Go, the whole thing, the whole thing. Way! Okay. Make sure you, is it all in there? Good stuff. 3, 2, 1, go. Go.
I forgot to put spaces in.
Wait, stop. We're gonna have to do a redraw of that round. Wait, they forgot to put spaces in. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like. We're gonna do another one for Zoe. 3, 2, 1, and go. Go, Zoe. It's close. Go. Go.
Ikaka.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. No, it's beautiful. Listen,
it's a beautiful thing.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Go easy on Zoe.
Okay, now I'm terrified.
Oh my gosh. That's proper. Sweet.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Ikaka lazikika kwazeki kwaka ukoka. Almost, no.
Who prompted these sounds? If you want to find out what that means, it means the throat was twisted. The throat was opened.
Yes, it was.
As in the case. Okay.
My throat was closed.
We're going to leave it over to the judges. Who's the official winner of this tongue twister challenge?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, all right. Give it to Graham. Come on now.
Was there a winner, Kat?
There was a minor ikaka in between.
I think teeth sensitivity was the winner today, man. Absolutely. I felt that, I felt it on the cold, bro.
Now listen, life's too short to be triggered by your favorite fruits, or foods rather. So if you do suffer from teeth sensitivity, then try Sensodyne Ultra Nova Repair and Protect. And let us know if you have any strange foods that trigger your teeth, because of course we'd love to hear from you. And then maybe even try them on air next time with our next tongue twister, which should, as always, be super entertaining. You're really back on the cheesecake.
I feel really sensitive now.
So much for the diet.
I know.
It's ikataling. There, gone now.
Okay.
It's unbelievable, I tell you. It felt like the studio's like 200 meters long. All right, of course, life's too short not to enjoy the good things. And speaking of which, the next recipe is what dreams are made of. And easy dreams at that. We're making our Clover classic it's a potato casserole, right? But we don't call it like a cheeseburger casserole, if you want to call it that.
I like that.
It's delectable. It's a beautiful family dinner that you can enjoy. Make it under 30 minutes, and it's guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser. Graham's already got the oil in the pan.
Yeah, we're cracking on, my friends. So we're going to work on our mince filling. I love this. This is hearty. This is comfort food. This is a lot of value in there.
Exactly.
Good nutritional value. So we're going to start, as we do, with our little finely chopped onion.
Are you left-handed? Oh. I saw you kind of like decanting with your left hand. Like, how did I not
I'm a parent.
Left-handed?
I'm a parent. That's the thing. You just you learn how to use whatever free hand you have when you're not holding a 2-year-old. So I'll probably cook these through a little bit longer before adding the...
He's not rattling you. Sorry, I witnessed something yesterday when we were at the volleyball with Graham. Probably not suitable for morning TV. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So some onions have gone in there.
Some garlic. Don't overcook the garlic. It's predominantly sugar. So if you cook it, and that's the thing is you often want to put the garlic in first, and then it goes like brown and dark, and it's because it's got a very high sugar content. So don't cook the garlic too long. Don't put it in too early. But for the purposes of this,
I think we've got about half of those onions are on the floor right now. They've just been jumping.
It's for the grab, man. It's for the grab, you know. And then we're going to add our mince. We haven't rinsed this particular mince.
Do you rinse your mince?
I don't say.
Don't. Just like
I'm sorry that I brought that back, sorry. I'm sorry that I brought that back, but it does beg the question. And then we are going to add, and this, I mean, cook your mince through so that you know all the flavors are there, and it doesn't have to then cook once it's in the casserole, if you know what I mean.
Sure thing.
We've got a bit of oregano going in. And then we've got a little bit of our smoked paprika. These are all great. And you want to brown off the, like, in essence, seal the meat.
Yes.
To use one of Clem's terms. Yeah, even if you're cooking mince, it's still a red meat. So you want to seal it off. So get that caramelization on as many pieces of the mince as possible, and then we are going to add our beautiful mushroom soup, which is going to kind of bring it all together, man.
Creamy mushroom soup, And then, of course, once that is beautifully mixed and well cooked off, you then start your layering process, which I'll start the first bit of it. You've got your casserole dish that you will then line at the bottom with your parboiled potatoes. Actually, let me just get a whole bunch.
And again, you have to parboil the potatoes as well, because You want them to be nice and soft, I think, like that, and they're not going to cook, because you basically, once this goes in the oven, you're really kind of just combining the flavors, fusing the flavors and letting the cheese kind of melt through.
Exactement. Okay. So just kind of like get most of the bottom of the dish nicely covered. There's probably about, what, 4 potatoes in here?
Okay.
You've sliced up.
So this kind of really does give you everything. It's obviously it's a great flavor profile. I like the spin on the whole cheeseburger vibe. But this is a great way to use up ingredients that you've got left over. You've got a couple of potatoes left in the fridge. You could try it with something else. I think we can start.
Can we add this too?
And let's put our sauce in.
Okay, here we go. That's how you do it for the gram.
Hey, look at that.
Boom.
Sauce bay.
And then, so once you're done with that, you will then begin your casserole layering, which will consist of a layer of potatoes. You'll have your mince mix.
Filling.
Exactly, your mince filling, a layer of that. You'll then go with your beautiful clover tangy mayonnaise over here, and then some cheese, and then go potatoes, mince, mayo, cheese. And then you get it into the oven.
And let it crisp up, and it's all beautiful. And I think the tang from the mayonnaise is going to take the edge off. This is quite a kind of a hearty, kind of healthy vibe, quite meaty. I think the mayo is going to just take that edge off. Absolutely
give us a
beautiful.
bit of a taste there. And of course, while you do that, the Clover Classic mayonnaise range comes in 3 different levels of tanginess. There's mild, medium, and strong to suit your taste preferences as well. And then for this recipe, we're using the particular Clover Classic, a classic tangy mayo 1. To give you to give that casserole that delicious creamy flavor. Have you tasted it?
It's classy, man.
Have you?
It's classy.
Oh, it's classy.
Go and get in there. It is classy, man.
Okay, let me get one of these. This, oh man, I love that crunch off the top. Did you get some potato as well?
For me, though, it's a bit of a flavor journey.
Yeah.
What enters the mouth when it kind of fully processed by the brain, it's quite a complex little flavor, but that's comfort food, that's delicious. You get the burger vibes. Hey? How nice is that?
Tastes like a burger. It really does.
Like a burger.
A mushroom burger.
It's a mushroom and cheese burger.
Very, very good.
Beautiful. Hearty, and a little goes a very long way with this one. I think it's a budget-busting meal as well. So utilize this if you want to push the boat out, add a bit of chili, go for it, but make sure the cheese is a lot and crispy, and don't forget the tang of the mayo.
This is definitely going into the menu for the week.
Nice.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are just in time because the holidays are just around the corner and these epic travel deals would allow you to plan ahead. Now, if you have a MasterCard in your wallet, then every single one of your weekends and December holiday plans are sorted. That's because when you pay with your MasterCard, you will get 5% off at the Cape Town cable car and 10% off on the iconic Red Bus tour. And best of all, as a MasterCard card holder, you have the opportunity to get 100 Rand off your wine tasting when you make a purchase of 500 Rand or more from the seller. You are also able to take advantage of curated offers from 50 wine farms, whether you're looking for online wine offers, dining, accommodation, spa, or some wonderful experiences. Now, to view all of these deals and the qualifying wine farms, go visit priceless.com/travel in South Africa today and choose any of the curated experiences that your heart desires. All of these offers are valid until the 31st of December, so you have until the end of next month to treat yourself and the whole family.
Well, it's time for music on your feel-good breakfast show. Just Judah has been entertaining us all morning long, and here she is with that brand new song called Stay the Night. Take it away.
Thank you. Hold back, hold back, hold back. Hold back, hold back. I've been thinking, you've been dreaming, yeah. Saw me winking, got you thinking, yeah. Harmoniously, harmoniously. When your soul met me, it had to be. Tell me I'm your only. I don't want to be lonely. Drive what you are doing. Come and stay the night. Tell me I'm your only. I don't want to be lonely. Drive what you are doing. Come and stay the night. Unexpectedly, you infected me, babe. Mesmerized.
This spring, here's to Mother Nature and all the other mums who bring wonders into our world. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
It completely intrigues me. Got my thoughts running so wild. There is beauty, believe me. Let's take our time, realign, intertwine, yeah. Come redefine what this love is, baby, you're mine. Tell me I'm your only. I don't want to be lonely. Drive what you are doing. Come and stay the night. Tell me I'm your only. I don't want to be lonely. Drive what you are doing. Thank you so much.